Taint bone.
Taint bone. I like that.
Taint bone.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, what's up, fellas?
What's up, boys?
Folks.
Everyone have a good Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. I already told you my shit's been weird.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit, right?
But today's podcast is all positivity though, coming from this seat over here.
That's
I
No
make
negative.
I make no such promises.
yeah, I was saying.
A lot of things need to be ripped.
Give that one a little time, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I had a good Christmas.
We also
good
said
New
we weren't
Year's.
drinking. Well,
Yeah.
Y'all did.
Party with Donnie, and the reason I'm not drinking is I had drank too much last night. Yet here I am.
Keeping it real.
All right. So
Yeah, we haven't been here. The last time we did a Quaint Zone podcast, if that's what we're calling it for the interim right now,
I like it.
was before we did the New Year or the Christmas podcast where we all wore the sweaters and did things.
Oh yeah.
But now we just trying to come in here and knock this stuff out and get back into the swing of doing these podcasts every Sunday and talking about what's going on in the world, if you will. But yeah,
We were literally just talking about that the new Lowrider S touring or whatever they're going to call it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Really excited to see it in person.
How do you think it's gonna come? Because have you noticed that all the dealerships already have bikes? Like the bikes are starting to show up, like the new baggers and Sportsters and Softails are already like rolling into the dealerships, ready to sell. You know what I mean?
Like the ones that they're not changing.
Yeah, pretty much like the ones that are staying the same. So,
I haven't been into one in a while.
Yeah, I haven't been.
well, the ones I follow online, they post
Right.
the trucks moving them in and shit like that. So,
My algorithms must be off. I haven't seen much of those either, and I do follow a few.
yeah.
But
Variant's looking pretty sick. I was just looking it up.
so what?
That one picture.
2022s are coming in.
Yeah, I think the 2022s are actually starting to hit the dealerships. I don't think they're selling them yet, but they're hitting the dealerships. And but obviously, this new Lowrider S, the touring one, is not gonna. They're not gonna. They're gonna release the images and announce this bike basically on the 26th, and maybe another bike too that's alleged. They're supposed to be possibly a performance bagger or a bagger that just has all these performance parts from Harley. And if that does release, and those kind of things are going to drop on the 26th. Other than that, like, what are they dropping? A new colorway. That's it. Everything else is the same on the baggers and shit.
A Mick performance bagger. Nah, that's cool though. At least they're offering it. I guess
Well, it's a good time to capitalize. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about it, what it is a rush to market, right? Because from what I understand from my friends that's told me about this, like the Lowrider S on the Softail platform was a rush to market bike, right? They had all the parts already, because they already had the front end on the Fat Bob. All they had to do was just, I think, change the geometry in the trees or some shit like that. They already had 114 motors. They already had blacked out covers. So literally a decal on a tank and mid controls and little bitty fairing that doesn't look that much different than the fairing that came on the Dyna ones. So that was a quick to market situation, right? They already kind of had everything available to make that bike happen, as opposed to the new Lowrider S with the touring. That's something they're going to have to go and design a fairing and like produce something to actually drop that bike. You know what I mean? Over the course of time, manufacture parts for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm excited, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Who do you think will have one first? Well, I guess that's weird. I don't want to say that.
I don't know that it's probably going to drop and be just like the Pan America was. I was saying in the podcast we did with Donnie and those guys the other day, and Ryan at RPM. They're going to drop. They're going to announce it, and then every dealership was probably going to get a couple of them. Apparently, there's the Lowrider S Touring is coming in a special paint type situation, almost like it's a possibility it could be one of those what do you call it, like iconic series. What was the blue one that Homie himself got?
Yeah.
That was the
Heritage
electric
series
light.
or something.
Yeah, but what was the series? It was like
It's
a
like the
series.
Heritage series or something. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's Icon series or something
Maybe,
like that.
yeah, it's something to that ilk.
So there was a possibility that the Lowrider S could be one of those type of situations where it's an Icon series, like reproduction of an old style famous bike or some shit like that.
Right.
You know, so like, you know, what if they did like I don't know. I'm stoked. Whatever it is, it's just cool that they're actually kind of doing something. And there is a little bit of hype surrounding this one, you know, which makes it funner because if they should have been happy I leaked that fucking photo. You know what I mean? Because who else is going to watch that shit? You know what I'm saying?
All right. I mean, if it's gonna hit a fucking market, it's gonna be this one.
But yeah, I don't know. It'd be fun to. I hope it happens, man. Because if not, I'm gonna look like a dumbass.
Yeah, you're right. The Icons
Fuck
collection.
it though, you know, like it's worth the hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a whole collection, so there should be.
Yeah, I
I
don't think
I
that.
almost forgot about that. You're right. There's supposed to be,
I do
but it's
kind
probably.
of remember that.
And I want to. And I found one article that I couldn't go back and find it again. It was almost like it was taken down.
Mm-hmm.
But originally, I did read that yes, that there was going to be a lowrider.
An Eddie Bauer lowrider.
Eddie
Icon,
Bauer.
Icon edition. I don't think that's what the touring model is. I think they'll do that as an offshoot.
Yeah, it's
but-
possible. Yeah, because I mean, if you think about the lowrider, didn't there was a Dyna lowrider and FXR lowrider right in the same time in the '90s, but the Dyna had the Sturgis, or no, it was the Daytona Daytona Special or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
31?
was
And
super
then
sick.
The one from they had the Sturgis, but that was just a shovel head. You know, probably I think it was a lowrider too. Honestly, I mean I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure on those, but no, it'd be cool. Whatever they do come out with, I'm stoked. And the other thing that they've been doing over the last couple of years is they've actually been dropping new accessories, and the accessories are starting to get less gay. You know what I mean? They're getting to the point where the accessory, like the pegs and
Yeah.
like those lower fairings that came on the baggers, and you know, it's just
Dominion
newer
series,
stuff.
too.
Yeah, there's just getting to be like a decent opportunity to get cool shit from Harley now. Is what
Yeah.
it looks like it's coming down to.
Well, just they're obviously watching the the aftermarket and seeing kind of what people are doing with them. That I think this touring edition bike. I mean, it makes sense, but it's like you said, the Sport Glide bags. We've all been doing that, and a lot of other people have been doing that basically since they dropped those.
Yeah.
Those bikes. So
It was like immediately everybody was figuring out how to
Yeah.
put them on every model
Yeah.
of Softail.
and a decent, you know what I mean? I don't know, just what we do on bikes. I think I don't know how you assign credit. Just somebody's paying attention. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think this is, I don't want to say built for the people, but I think, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, basically that's going to happen here pretty soon. We're pretty stoked about that. The end of the year was kind of quiet, right? I mean, there wasn't much going on in anything
Nah, it was pretty.
other than like, you know, Kanye West and the Pete Davidson,
Oh yeah.
all that type of shit. But other than that, there wasn't much like cracking to the point where it felt really, really like nothing was going on. I mean, I could be wrong, but I've also been kind of trapped in the shop for the last 2 weeks, just kind of working and slaving away. So
Yeah, I haven't really
I
heard
feel
anything that
disconnected
big
from
of.
quite a bit of things.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know of anything.
What stuff is just going on? Like doing
Just a
things?
period, just you know, like just I felt like we kind of went out with a bang with the last podcast in Milwaukee, and then we just for the first time since we've all been friends, we've just had a real chill end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, New Year's was kind of weird when a lot of people was getting COVID too. That was the other thing. A lot of people were getting COVID.
Yeah, that and just being sick in general has been going around, whether
Yeah.
the flu, the crud, whatever you want to call it. That's been going around. Like I said, my whole Christmas was kind of canceled just because somebody in the house got COVID, and then we were all kind of, if we didn't have it, and I felt fine, but I was, in direct contact with somebody that had, so I couldn't go be around other people.
Yeah.
So we just kind of hung out at the house, and it was, I kind of liked it, to be honest with you. And then New Year, same thing. We just went up on the roof, kind of what we did last year.
Yeah.
It was real chill. My buddy Jordan came over.
That's what we should have done. We crashed his house.
Yeah. I went to Jetty's. We played some fucking mean ass games of cornhole. He's got some professional boards over there.
I wanted to go over there, but I was like, man, I don't feel like driving all the way out there.
That was the only scary
Timbuktu.
part about it, man. It's like, I guess the older I get, the more I think about that kind of shit. Like driving on those days when they're looking for people drinking and driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I think I had one beer when I was there, and I was like, that's it, I'm good. The rest of the night. So
especially on New Year's.
Yeah.
We went to Lauren's friend's place there in Rockwall and just chilled there. It was good, and she didn't even drink that night, so it was great.
Fucking winter. But yeah, other than that, it was kind of a kind of a quiet end of the year, which was pretty wild to have such a quiet end of the year when it was such a wild year as far as like events. I mean, we were just talking about a while ago, we were talking about the Polar Ride, which we'll get into that in a minute, but that shit, actually the anniversary party, then the Polar Ride, it kicked off so heavy in 2021 that it was like as soon as those things happened, it was like every 2 weeks we were doing something. Yeah. And
I feel like there's been people with the good weather we've had lately.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of people doing rides and getting things done, maybe, not big 2-week trips or anything, but I've seen a lot of people out taking advantage of kind of the unseasonably warm winter we've had.
I made sure to get on the first because it was so nice out. I mean, it got
was the last day of
that night.
That was the last day of good weather, and then it's been shit since then.
And then, so, yeah, that's it. And it seems like we were talking about this on the way down here. It seems like more people are doing big time stuff to their bikes this winter. And it just seems like there's a lot of people with their bikes torn down, building them up, doing big projects and things like that. So it's been really exciting to watch that as far as, Instagram.
Spectating. On that note, I mean, in this last 2 weeks, basically, Kyle has been getting Forever Rad. Kyle's been getting that Ben, not very interesting Ben's bike done. And
oh man,
goddamn,
dude, clean those motherfuckers up.
Yeah,
it's coming up in a second.
It's as far as, I mean, this is very basic, but as far as green being my favorite color, and there just not being a ton of green bike, anytime I see a green bike, I'm immediately drawn to it. And this is, you can't say enough cool things about it.
It's wild, man.
We really just cleaned it up, like it just streamlined like what a cool bike it already was.
Yeah, I mean, with all the new paint and he recoated a lot of stuff and just made it really uniform.
Yeah,
it all looks like it's very well put together now. Yeah. Not that it wasn't like a very badass bike that Trask originally built, but I mean, Ben fucking rode the shit out of that thing.
Kind of personalized it though,
Yes,
yeah.
He put that Forever Rad touch on it, which is just meticulous and perfection.
Really digging those.
Can this be the year that we get rid of these Baja lights or what? How's this going?
Hell no, they're just getting started.
Yeah, they're just getting warmed up.
Hey, old Kyle over here making them fit Road Glide, or Road King fucking
Road King, and then right there he's got it with the Indian Challenger.
He said it's super easy to fit him in a Road King bucket, so just hit him up, guys. He'll get it out camera out for you.
That
just
sounds
kidding.
like
He said it's
sarcasm.
a pain in the dick, and do not talk to him about that shit.
But yeah, no, he also, I guess Torque Magazine, Kyle was named the come up of the year, if you will. And I got to give a shout out to Steve Chamberlain. He became the influencer of the year, that's pretty. I thought it was pretty cool to, because I got one of the ballots, if you will, to fill out the things, and both of those guys were on those categories for me as well. Actually, I was talking to Tommy at House of Harley about that because he was like. Because I had to kind of like tell him like the difference between a shop owner and someone that does influencing, if you will, right? Because, I mean, a lot of shop owners can be influencers, but influencers have other channels in my opinion, they have other channels to have an audience. Like Steve has the YouTube channel, and we have a podcast, and then certain people have other channels outside of their business to promote or talk about or help people figure out what they want to do with their bikes or their riding, things like that. So I felt like it was kind of a weird one. I think Ben from Get Bent Moto, I feel like he's kind of got that influencer thing because he has another channel where he's doing something outside of just, well, I guess, I don't know, you kind of get where I'm going with that, right? Like, in a sense, I don't know. That's just my thought with it, but it was stoked to see it happen. I mean, Steve Chamberlain did so much this year. you know, with the racing, you know, he still fucking throw down heavy miles this year. Rode to Sturgis with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not to mention he did the trip to the Smokies, and, you know, he was up here partying.
Yeah, he'll rip up here for a random Tuesday just to come say what's up. It's been too long. Yeah, couldn't have went to a better guy, or I couldn't agree more. Whatever you want to say about it. The side covers, you know,
Killing it.
He's just a hard worker, and he makes it look fun. He makes it look easy, and it's just a kind of a testament to how fun he is to be around and what a good dude he is.
Yeah.
So love Steve. Love him.
He fell right into that fucking pocket.
Dude,
as far as that,
his racing thing, just like it just kind of,
I mean, he's got
skyrocketed
kids that,
this
you know,
year.
We've got friends that have kids that enjoy watching his YouTube. You know, that are when they eat their waffles in the morning, their Eggos, they're watching Steve's YouTube channel on their iPad. So
yeah.
he's a super fun guy to talk to and be around. And
Well, just seeing the switch go off whenever he did that first race, you know what I mean? And then, which was even more dope, because we were actually watching that second race here in the shop, seeing how the actual BRL started to finally kind of acknowledge him and who he is and what he's done, and
they took notice.
Yeah, and I just I feel like next year is going to be even bigger for him, and that's going to be really rad to see that growth with him doing that.
Yeah.
And still, I want to see how he's going to really change the bike back and forth from traveling, and how it. I guess the question is, and I think him and Marker T-Bar Jesus are going to come up and do a podcast this month, and we'll get into this. But I really want to see if his desire to travel on bike is still going to be there, or if he's going to lean more to the other side of like racing only. Not only, but like, is that going to be more of a dominant thing that he wants to do in racing versus still with how he has been with traveling and shit like that? So I actually wonder that.
I imagine it'll fucking probably take a little bit of a precedence just because it's so new. Mm-hmm. Like anything does that to you, you know, with all the new. You get into a slightly new hobby, even if it's within motorcycling. You tend to want to fucking go balls to the walls with it. But I don't think it puts anything else on the back burner too much. Like, I'm sure I still want to go to the fucking big shows and all that shit.
Yeah, I just wonder because, I mean, he did really, really well in that last race. And he was having, like, slipping issues with this. He had the wrong tires on the bike. And you could see it in the race because, I mean, since he was so close in the race, he actually got a lot of screen time. We were able to watch him quite a bit. So that was actually really fun.
Focused on the back, like the middle.
Well, I guess there was such a gap in that first, in that first, you know, with that one racer. I forget his name. So the real race was going on between Steve and Homeboy on the PM bike, and I think even Willie Pig and whoever he was coming into second place. So I feel like second, third, fourth, and fifth were where most of the racing was taking place. That one dude was just so far ahead, but he's like a professional racer, man. I don't even know why he's in that class. You know, not to sound like, you know, somebody's mom, like, I don't know why that guy, he should have been graduated 2 years ago. But
like he's a transgender male in a women's fighting league.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So we're just fucking
No, but I'm stoked. It's in that aspect, I'm really, really, you know, I'm stoked to see how that's going to transpire with him, man, because, you know, watching Steve grow over the last, you know, almost 4 years now, I think, or definitely 4 years now has been. I mean, when you sit back and you just go scroll back on his Instagram and see his path, you're like, fuck yeah, dude, that's so badass that, you know, he's kind of, you know, I don't know, he's influencing me, I guess.
Yeah,
good job.
He helped spread the motivation, you know, to do stuff for sure. So
yeah.
There's not an event we're at where there aren't people coming up to him and telling him they enjoy him or this or that, and like I said, he stays busy and he's
got a good attitude too, and that it makes people, you know, he's definitely fun to be around. You know what I mean? So stoked about that.
As far as what else is going on, the Polar Ride, which again we can get to, but man, it seems like Daytona. It's everybody's going. It seems like it's the at least the first part of the year. It's going to be the go-to thing to go to. So
Yeah, I'd like to try and make it, but it's gonna be a tough one.
yeah,
Homeboy up here just sent me a photo. I think it's Galaxy 288. Yeah, come look at it. It's the lower. I'm holding it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I let it go, it might go away.
Oh yeah, no, that's one Jacob sent in the chat.
For real?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I had to hold up right here. I got it.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep. So fuck everybody. It's real.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's gotta be right. Yeah.
That's dope. But apparently, I don't know. I'm stoked about it, man.
The fairing looks good. I really want to see it in person. I don't know how I feel about I was telling Jade, I don't know how I feel about a 5-inch headlight and a frame-mounted fairing, but it might work, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
But
as much as we like to talk shit, Harley always figures it out.
yeah,
They really do.
I'm running their fucking their style quarter fairing. It's fucking.
we don't know any more details on
Jen's
that
performance is fairing, but
bagger.
On the bagger?
Yeah, I assume it'll have the Screaming Eagle reservoirs. But do we know anything else on that bike behind the lowrider?
I'm not sure.
What's-
Do you have the picture? Because I've already lost it on my phone.
Yeah.
Just airdrop it to me if you can. Can you save it in airdrop? But yeah, that I'm stoked about that. I mean, I think that the bagger would be a good chance for someone to kind of get. I mean, if Harley makes it to where they have their own kind of bars, like T-bar style setup, like that's going to be dope. You know what I mean?
right.
That's going to give like these bikes the ability to.
Well, just
I'm sure they're going to have to do something different with the gauges too, because I don't think they're going to put the bars just
But
straight.
it's like that's the cool thing is you don't have to fucking make cutouts in the fucking
Yeah.
dash and all that shit.
When we were in Milwaukee, we were checking out that the race bagger. You know what I mean? That from their whatchamacallit that they ride.
Yeah.
And hold on. That's just a regular bagger behind it. There's nothing.
Yeah, Jaden, you fucking idiot.
That's what y'all fucking said.
No, he just
It's got the same buck, like bullhorn fucking.
I know you're talking about. I'm just using that as a chance to call you an idiot.
Fuck it. I'll put it on the thing. Hold on. Did you send it to the laptop too?
No, I only saw your name.
Hold on. But yeah, that the one behind it, and I'm gonna pull it up here on the. I got it right here. Let's show these folks what's going on with this.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You see the seat on that bagger though? It looks.
So it looks
up.
like it doesn't look like a 2-up seat, but it looks like it has a shorter front fender.
Yeah.
And it has a seat that kind of has like a step back kind of, or a step up kind of situation to hold you in place. But if they're going to release a performance bagger with the same stock ass handlebars that come on the other bikes, and it has floorboards on it, no mid controls. It does have inverted front end though, if you can see that right there. No, wait, it's not inverted. Those are just the reflectors. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a Road Glide standard with a seat.
And a sick fender.
And yeah, like a fender from a Softail. If that's their performance
Baby
bagger,
steps,
I'm going to
dude.
be very disappointed in them.
Baby steps, dude.
Nah, dude, that's not even a step. That's a
How-
step backwards.
That's how you get to the that touring road glide or as lowrider is.
But yeah, underneath that photo is the Lowrider S, and that is the fairing, and it actually I fucks with it. I dig that.
Yeah, that's dope.
So
Yeah.
thank you guys. Yeah, I need another one too. Fuck it. We're in it. We're doing it.
Yeah, these are. Yeah. 2 left.
That's all we can do. But yeah, I'm stoked, man. I think it's gonna be a good year with these bikes coming out. It'll definitely kind of kick off a little bit of just a little bit of excitement, I guess, to try to find out what's new. It'll be interesting to say the least. But Polar Ride, it's going down.
Ride.
We just talked to Tony from Rebels Den,
Yeah.
and what did we decide on dates wise?
19th.
February 19th.
February 19th, and it's going to be in Oklahoma City. And we'll be figuring out a hotel situation here pretty soon. So everybody that wants to go
Just under 6 weeks away. It's 5 weeks exactly from this coming Saturday. So we'll get details.
What would you say was like the highlight of what do you think? How would you sell the Polar Ride to somebody? Like if you were going to tell them what it's about?
It's a way like so riding with somebody is already cool. Like it's kind of a thing. Like, all right, we've ridden together. That's rad. But when you go through something challenging, when you add a little adversity in there, whether it's cold or rain or you ride through the night together, it makes it a little bit deeper, a little bit, I don't know. So I would say for a lot of people, if you're flirting with it, or maybe you've come to some stuff and you really like it, it's just a cool event to, like I said, the way everybody hung out last year together as a big group, and then as the night went on, it kind of splintered out. People, different groups, smaller groups started doing different things, but just the way everybody was friends, it seemed like, and it wasn't like everybody knew each other, but it was just such a good. We're all here for the same thing.
Yeah.
All for the same purpose.
Yeah.
And it was badass. We braved a little shitty weather, and it was fun. It was fucking fun.
It's a good reason to ride in shitty weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a reason to get out. A lot of people, I think last year we said by that time, a lot of people, which we didn't have the winter we're having now, then a lot of people hadn't been riding, for a while. And it was
we had snow at the beginning of January, remember? Because it snowed the day after our anniversary party. Mm-hmm. Because Mark and Steve got stuck here for that extra day.
Yeah. You don't have those pictures.
But it was just a quick snow. It's like 2 or 3 days later, it was back to like the 60s and shit, right? So, but how do you feel about it, Kyle? Like what do you think is a good way to summarize what the Polar Ride is for people that are maybe on the fence?
I don't know. It's just that though. I mean, like, we do shit all year long. It's just another reason to take advantage of the off season. Mm-hmm. To go out and fucking rage with the boys for a fucking night, or 2 nights, depending on how you get there. It's just, I don't mean, and just going to these like little random towns too. And I say random, obviously OKC's not really random, but like even Shreveport was just like with the time it being shut down like it was, and just finding those random bars that were just kind of speakeasy style opening up for everyone to come and just throw down. It was cool. So I think this year should be more fun because it's pretty well wide open.
Yeah.
So especially up there in Oklahoma City, there should be balls to the walls up there. So
yeah, I feel like Oklahoma would be a good place. It'd be a nice little change of. I think that it's kind of cool that the Polar Ride doesn't have to necessarily be a specific place. It could be like, let's go here, let's go there. Fuck, maybe one year we're going to fucking New Orleans or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But I think it is what's good about it is that cold weather. So maybe it's you're going heated gear. You're trying to figure out how to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for some people, like, they're just never gonna try to ride in cold weather. But at the same time, it was like 60 degrees when we left.
Gives you a chance to bust out those old.
We didn't have the worst weather. I think that Arkansas had it worse than we did.
Yeah.
Weather-wise. And then, of course, we did kind of deal with a little bit of rain. But I remember we left to go to East Texas. Like, we veered off and went around a lake. And
that on the way there and on the way back, it was like that, too.
Yeah.
A little chilly on the way back, but the only bad part was the rip from East Texas there.
Yeah. So I feel like it's what it really is, in my opinion, I think it's with us going to Oklahoma City, people in Oklahoma have a chance to come link up and party with us or hang out or whatever you want to call it. And it just becomes a very easy introduction. The cost of entry is very easy for you if it's in your area, or if people are in Arkansas or Texas or Kansas or wherever they wants to kind of make the track to go there. It's like you get to meet everybody and start maybe making friends outside of your hometown or your city you live in, and kind of like do what we've always been preaching on this podcast about kind of branching out your friends group to places to where you can start making more travels and trips to go do things like that or hang out with people, you know?
And for us in this region, that this is, I don't, you know, when I say a must do or whatever, I'm not saying it in a dick way, but that is like, there's so many of us that'll be at this thing. You only have finite numbers of times of the year where we're all together, whether it's Sturgis, the camp out down south, something like that. This is definitely one of those where there will be the core group. A lot of us will be there.
Yeah.
And it just, this is where it's things like these that relationships are made or taken to the next step or, you know, that kind of stuff. It happened last year. There's dudes that met down there, linked up to ride together because they're coming from generally the same area but didn't know each other. And now they're homies. Now they're thick as thieves, you know, and so many things like that. So that's, just another event, taking advantage of it. I like almost doing it for the guys up north that maybe can't because of the weather. You know, I feel like we almost owe it to them that the least we have to deal with is a cold and maybe a little rain, and I hate the rain.
Yeah.
That's the most annoying part about riding in the cold is if it's raining.
Yeah. But
at the same time, it's like a good opportunity for us just to, like, you know, get out and challenge ourselves, you know, in a sense, and
bust out those old chaps you thought you had to throw away because
get that freeze out going on. And like I said, when you're,
it's good to be uncomfortable sometimes.
when you're planning for a trip, the weather becomes an issue, or it becomes a challenge within that packing and things like that. The good thing about this is you're not packing for like 2 weeks. You're packing for a weekend kind of situation. And we don't really expect anybody from fucking 1,000 miles to come do this trip. You know what I'm saying? It's not really, I mean, some people may, but I don't think that's going to be the thing.
Yeah. And it's not that kind of thing where we're saying we really want to see you from 1,000 miles away. We get it. You know what I mean? Unless your 1,000 miles is Florida or something like that, California.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot and ride through really dumb shit to get here.
I'm coming from Wyoming. Like, bro, it's not a good idea.
We'll see you in April.
I got a set of skis for the first part of the trip, and then I take them off, and then I got chains on my tires. I asked Donnie what the name of that hotel was. I can't remember what it was, though. So it was actually like biker friendly too, from what he was saying.
Oh, that's cool.
They do a lot of like stuff there, I guess, for like the what was the name of that organization that you said they did it for?
Fuck, I don't know.
One of those fucking.
So what I was thinking for, you know,
AMA or something, I don't know what it was.
So, like the people in South Texas, like San Antonio, Austin, and Houston, this becomes a big trip for them. I mean, Shreveport was kind of still a good ride, but I mean, Houston to Shreveport is like, you know, not too much further than it is for us to Shreveport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Houston to Oklahoma City is like a 500-mile day. Yeah. So I was kind of thinking, that's why I kind of threw out that maybe Friday we just go to like WinStar or something, hit the border. We just, you know, it's the world's largest casino. And we just party in WinStar. I've never done that before. Not a gambler, but
not a gambler
that'll be
either,
fun though.
But they have beer and they have, you know, restaurants. So
buffets, baby.
Yeah, they got bars. There's probably somewhere there'll be some music playing, whether it's live or not.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know if it's WinStar. I've only been to one or two of them up there, but it's. I think Toby Keith had a bar up there, like a big. It was cool. I hung out in there.
Oh yeah, they had that. I love this bar.
Yeah, I think they play that every hour on the hour or something.
That's what it was.
Fuck.
That's what Gas Monkey Live used to be.
But yeah, there's plenty of places in there you could go. Fuck, we go to the sports bet and throw down $10 on a basketball
I just
game
feel
or
like
something.
that would be a good, at least for us, that would be a good thing for us to do like a Friday. So it actually would be a Friday, Saturday. And then, you know, everybody's
for the Houston guys and whoever wanted to come up, that'd be awesome.
It might be it'd be a smash home, but fuck, man, Sunday smashing home, like it is what it is. That's how it always is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'll go through a few Buc-ee's, at least 3 on the way home back to Houston. So
you gotta take a shit, save it for Buc-ee's.
Yeah, that's not the worst.
Hotel,
if that's the worst thing you're gonna do is be a little hungover and you just got a long interstate ride through Texas. Man, I'm sorry. Like
it's not that bad.
You're having a pretty good day, pretty good weekend.
Yeah, I'm down for that for sure. I think it'd be fun.
That's just in.
What?
Fucking Bob Saget died.
Bob Saget died?
Found him in a hotel in Orlando.
Damn.
Fucking everybody's dad, baby.
He was full throttle though, wasn't he?
I don't know.
You ever suck dick for coke?
Yeah.
Or
He was on
suck dick for weed?
He was at Skankfest this past one.
Wow.
Really funny on it too.
How'd he die?
It doesn't say, I don't think.
Just says found. Anytime it just says
If you
found.
get found in a hotel room, you definitely have substances in you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's probably gonna be one of those. Oh man, so hope it's something weird. No David Carradine stuff where he got caught. That was so David Carradine is the old guy in Kill Bill. I guess Bill, and he got killed, or it was erotic asphyxiation. He was hanging himself, simulation hanging himself, choking himself, whatever, with a belt in the closet, and slipped off whatever he was on, and strangled himself.
I didn't know he was dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
When did he die? So a while back?
Yeah, it's been a minute now.
Me and my daughter watched Kill Bill quite a bit when we were hanging out together because it's one of her favorite movies or series of movies.
It's good. I feel like I've rewatched one of them probably in the last 2 years, but then I just didn't get around to rewatching the second one.
Yeah.
So, Biltmore Hotel.
Biltmore Hotel. So that's probably going to be the one we're trying to. So we need to call Biltmore Hotel, let them know we're coming, and see if we can get some rates, some discounted rates for everybody that's coming for this event, and make that shit happen.
The people that like Steve and Scott and Tony, there's a group on Instagram. We'll just fire that back up.
Nice.
That's already the planning
Colorado,
group from last year, and we'll get that stuff out as soon as possible. You know, it helps to get everything out as early as possible to get on the thing. But yeah, February 19th. Just planning on it that weekend. And yeah, there you go. Polaroid 2.
Figure it out.
So I'd say, looking at it right now, just out of curiosity.
You'll see any good movies lately?
Man, honestly, I think the other day, when I tell you that one that was on Amazon Prime, that Tinder Bar or something like that. It's a pretty feel-good movie, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like
Is it on Ben Affleck?
it had Ben Affleck in it and it had this kid. And
He's like, kid, you got it. I don't know what it is or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a feel-good movie. It wasn't
That's
like
one- it did look sweet. I was like, that was wholesome.
I fucking last night when I got off work yesterday, I wasn't planning on sitting there watching TV all night, but it ended up being one of those deals, and I just did binge the whole fucking Cobra Kai new series, and I guess I'm getting bored with the drama. You know what I mean?
I feel like I was
Getting a
were
little
watching it
bored with
today.
it. I watched the whole thing. I finished it. It was
It's so
the
back
last
and
3
forth,
episodes.
back
I was
and
like,
forth.
why am I watching this? Why the fuck am I watching? It wasn't bad, but I'm just like, I feel like I could have been more productive with my life.
Well, it keeps going back and forth. Like, it just kind of ping pongs. Like,
Yeah.
we're together.
Bing
Now
bong.
we're not. We're together. Now we're not. It's just like, I don't know. It's good, though. It's still pretty good.
Netflix. I
Well,
believe it is.
Spider-Man, did you go see Spider-Man yet?
No, because I've also heard a few people say it was dumb.
Fuck no, that movie was badass.
So, all
It's
right.
probably me.
Whoever
saying
said it was dumb, you need to unfriend him.
It's probably me.
I know there was a girl that said it for sure.
Did you go see it, Kyle?
No, I haven't yet. I haven't been to the theater in a while, though, either.
Dude,
I
I
watched
lo-
the South Park COVID special. That shit was funny. And then 1883.
1883 is fucking going hard.
Yeah.
I just finished I guess I'm caught up 100%. You guys in the chat were talking about the mayor of Kingstown. That shit goes hard.
So is a new episode out now?
It should be out today. When we
Okay,
get done with
yeah.
this, we should be able to watch the season finale of that and Yellowstone. Man, fucking was it Taylor whatever his name
Tyler
is?
Childers?
Taylor Sheridan?
Yeah, Sheridan.
Oh, I was way off.
Yeah.
The TV guy?
Yeah, the dude. The fact that I didn't know his name, but the fact that he's fucking what's his name, Hale from fucking.
I don't know anything about him other than
He was in Sons of Anarchy. He's the cop that ended up getting shot in like the second season or some shit.
That should be right down
Oh,
your
Hale?
alley.
Yeah,
Hey, no
that's
kidding.
he's the guy that's putting all these shows on. You know what I'm saying? And he's fucking killing it, man. Because all the shows like that, Mayor of Kingstown is fucking. It's a good show.
I got that queued up next.
dude,
And
it's
then
good. It's good.
1883 is like got you where like when the show is off, you're like, I want to watch a Western right now. Like,
Oh,
I
yes.
watched
Feel
Lonesome
good.
Dove the other day because of it.
Because of that?
dude.
Yeah.
Just to scratch that itch a little bit.
Just Sam Elliott still being a bad motherfucker.
Dude,
I
so
love it.
badass. Billy Bob Thornton's
Yeah.
badass. Like, I love the Tom Hanks
Yeah,
cameo.
he just had no. He put up with no shit.
Where was
whenever
Tom
he
Hanks?
came
And
out.
I didn't notice.
He
that.
was the
civil.
Union.
He was like the
Union General or whatever it was.
yeah
Whenever he sat down next to
at the beginning of it
Homie.
when he
the
went.
first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No. It's like the.
second at least. I've only watched.
I think it
2
may
episodes.
even be the third, but it's when it opens with the flashback of him on.
Yeah,
the,
you're right. It's the third.
of
Battlefield.
He's the only one that
yeah.
survives, and the guy that comes up puts his hand on him. That's Tom Hanks.
Oh, that was like the first episode.
No, it was third.
Are you sure?
I'm
Yeah,
almost
I just watched
positive.
it.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. But yeah, I mean, the dude's killing it. Like, the movies, I mean, the TV shows he's making, they're fucking engaging. They're interesting. They kind of play to the past and to the current narrative of life and things like that. And I dig it, man. It's been a good watch. It was worth signing up for that Paramount TV shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to be able to get it, because otherwise I was just paying for each episode. You know what I mean? When it came out.
I was mad that they don't have Yellowstone on there. I was like, what the fuck? That's
Same
the only reason I bought that shit.
Same thing, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm happy with Paramount too. As far as Netflix, this movie I believe it's called The Guilty. It's Jake Gyllenhaal, and he's like a 911 operator, except he's a cop that's working the 911 desk because he's on suspension for a shooting death. And
Yeah.
dude, if you like suspense movies, most of it takes place where wild shit's happening on the other end of the phone, and it's just him, and it's great. If you like thrillers, suspenseful ones where you're like, what the fuck? And kind of edge of your seat stuff,
Yeah.
really good. And I believe it's called The Guilty. So that's what
Guilty.
I watched the other day.
Yeah, I haven't.
Like,
I've been trying to find something, man, that was. I guess I've been wanting to find one of those those Into the Wild type movies recently, where I've been really wanting to be inspired to do more. I don't know, fucking hiking or traveling or just experiencing shit. Like kind of like I guess that's why the Westerns speak to me so much right now, because it is kind of like that seeking out and exploring kind of vibe that
man, go back and watch some of like the old Clint Eastwood movies and stuff.
I mean, I
Those are
guess.
badass.
I mean, they're good movies.
Some of the
and
acting's
shit.
a little goofy. Like
That's what's
it's
hard about
to
it, man.
watch
Like,
now, but you just have to go, man. During that time, people bought it, people enjoyed
Yeah.
it, and especially the Clint Eastwoods. The Hang 'Em High and was it Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. There's a handful of them that are really badass.
yeah, I don't know, man. That was I've been really into that. Like, you ever watch that TV show Hell on Wheels or
Yeah, about the railroad.
The Railroad? Is it Hell on Wheels?
Yeah, he's kind of a white Jason Momoa looking dude.
Well, yeah, it
He's
has
on
like
the run
comment
or
and shit.
something. Yeah.
It was a good show. It was good. I love that thing all the way up until the last season. Then it kind of got a little weird on me in the last season, but
I think I fell off after the first season.
no, it's good. It's like they're following the railroad. So, like I said many times in the podcast, like shows like that where it was basically like they're building the railroad that connected, east and west, and they're going through as they're going across the country, they're creating towns like Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Laramie, and all these places, these 30-mile places apart, as they push this railroad across the country. And so, even though it's is it fiction? Like, it's not real?
Yeah.
Is that what is it nonfiction or fiction? I always get it mixed up.
Fiction is not real.
Okay, so it's fiction, but at the same time, it's based on
Historical things.
things.
Kind of like Peaky Blinders. and-
yeah.
I love shit like
it's
that.
based in an era of real things, like Boardwalk Empire. You got me onto that shit.
Exactly.
Same
dude.
shit. You know what I
that's a
mean?
great one.
And it's kind of a good way to do those shows where they actually they use actual time frames and real world events and just tell another narrative or another story that is nonfiction. So
Yeah.
I dig it.
A lot of times, and I'll go back and look stuff up, about that, or I'm big on when I watch something, going back and reading about it too.
Yeah.
See if there's anything I missed and something that interested me, just learning more about it. And stuff like Boardwalk Empire, it's I end up learning a little bit of history that I wouldn't have otherwise. Just kind of doing background on that.
So what's interesting about the 1883 right now is that's they started out in Fort Worth, Texas, down the street from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going obviously to Montana right? Or I don't know how
They're
it's
actually heading to Oregon.
They're
right
heading
now.
to Oregon, but they got to go up around the mountains basically. And so what I feel like is interesting is that if you ever read the book that, the Empire of the Summer Moon shit that like Rogan was talking about, and it talks about all the Comanche Indian shit, you're watching the show, you kind of know a little bit of history of what it was like going through Comancheria, and you're kind of like getting stoked, like when the Indians coming in to fuck these people up, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, it's do you ever like watch that shit and be like, man, like would I've been a good survivor at that point in time?
I think it's impossible.
Do you think you'd been like important, or you think you'd been one of those fucking Germans they're taking across the
I
country?
think I got run over by the wagon because I was trying to push on the spokes. Like a dumb fuck.
Yeah, I think it's impossible to watch those shows and not put yourself in that position and think what you would do differently, and
Who would you be though? Like, would you? I mean, not who would you be, but do you think that you would, in that world, from our limited understanding through watching it through TVs and reading books, do you think that you would have done well with it? We had a conversation a long time ago where maybe we were talking about getting away with like crimes.
Well,
you were saying it like
I'm obsessed with it.
You were testing it last night.
It's no, I'm talking about like real crimes. Just I think it's I don't know, blow like back in the day, you'd like to think that you'd have some sort of knowledge like, man, I can just shoot this dude in the face and nobody's gonna, I can say he called me a cheat, and it's like illegal. You know what I mean? Like you could, like shit was so off.
he called me yellow.
You called me yellow.
Yeah, you could shit was so wild that you'd like to think, dude, I would have just been doing whatever I wanted to. What did I tell y'all? I recently watched Young Guns.
Yeah.
And just them being on the run and stuff, and how easy it would be to, I feel like, start over, and I don't know. So
Jay would have died of gonorrhea.
oh yeah, I don't think I would have lasted long
Some-
in the Great West, or
He would have been to do with the white powder wig because he had chlamydia and had holes in his cheeks because he never got it taken care of.
Something that's completely easy to take care of nowadays.
Oh man.
but
No,
yeah.
I think about that a lot. I was like, as much as I'm definitely not like a resourceful guy when it comes to hunting and all those aspects of being that kind of mountain man type thing. I don't know how to do all that type of shit. I would like to think that I could start a fire, but I don't think I could either. There's like a conflicting interest right there. Like, you could do it. No, you can't, bitch. Like in my head going on. Like,
You mean
like
rubbing
fucking
sticks
like rubbing
together?
sticks together and
Man,
shit.
Yeah, why even do that? Like, unless you're on some survival shit out in the woods, like maybe try. Who's fucking with that? Like, what does it matter? Use a lighter. Just, I don't know. I don't feel like that makes you a man. That's like Boy Scout shit, right?
Oh, and Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Learning how to do it. I'm not knocking it, but
Use
just
a bow and like
I'm not losing any sleep
little
over not being able to do
like
that.
a log or a stick to push down on it with, and then you just use the bow.
Dude, there's times where I'm sitting out there in the backyard for 30 minutes trying to light shit with a fucking lighter.
I know.
So
That's not-
there's that aspect of like I'd love to say or think that I got that shit down, but fuck, man, I don't know. It's one of those things that like, I guess that's why I like traveling so much on my bike, is because it makes me feel like I'm tapping into that ancestral kind of cowboy, or not even cowboy, just pioneer aspect of life, if you will, like just going into the unknown and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I said it just a day or so ago at the house. I said, man, I'm ready to be in another state. And I was quickly met with, it's been a month, asshole, since you've been in another state. And I said, yeah, but on the bike, like it's different. Like I'm ready to be somewhere different on the bike.
I felt like a cowboy today, burning cardboard in my burn pit. threw a couple old pillows on there and a mattress pad. Take that,
Beer me,
nature.
cowboy.
Some white trash shit. Nah, yeah, I'm ready to get on this trip, man. Oh, sorry. I thought you
Is there any left
were cheersing me. There's one, but there's also another whole thing down there.
with that Miller Lite?
I'll fuck with it and slide it all.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's the other thing I struggle with, and I think we were talking about it on either the last podcast we did with the big end of the year one, or whatever the fuck. like traveling solo. Like, you know what I mean? Do you like that a lot? Like just being on your own?
I love it. Yeah, I'm on record for saying that. And like I said, there's pros and cons about both, but there is something about being by yourself.
Like when you split up,
clears
like
your head.
accidentally, when you took that left off of after a Beartooth Pass, and you were rolling into Cody, Wyoming on your own, like, was there not like the sense of excitement? Like, fuck, I'm fucking.
Oh yeah, once I figured where you guys were, and I talked to some people, and I realized I wasn't linking up with y'all tonight. Then it's a whole thing where, all right, it looks like a cool little town. Let's see, what can I do tonight? You know what I mean? You got the option to get a bed and just go to bed. You know, get a room, just go to bed. But no, man, I showered and got dressed, and like I said, it was a little bit of a debacle. It turned into a little bit of a debacle, and then ended up staying up way too late. Threw off my plans the next day, but fuck, I had a good time. It was fun. It was a little adventure all in itself.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of infatuated with that aspect. Not that I don't like want to do the trips that we plan with the groups, but there's like trips that I want to start doing now that are more solo or very few people, if you will, to kind of make it feel that way, a little bit less, become less of a like when you're the host or the like on a trip, like what would you call it?
You're like the Sherpa.
The Sherpa, yeah, like that. Like I'm not trying, like I don't really want to be that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
I like that idea of like when I was riding solo on the way back from Sturgis, like just taking a left or a right because I felt like it at that moment, and not feeling like, well, I want to, but how many people want to do it too? You know what I'm saying?
So since I'm in the
circle
of trust here, and nobody's paying attention, I'm seriously considering taking off a day or so early on the big trip and just not doing that whole big chunk in one time, and just seeing you guys in Mexican hat that night and having already kind of been there. And all right, dudes, welcome in y'all there. Just breaking it up. And like I said, so I was thinking about it, and those first 2 days that it would be, they don't matter to me as far as work wise. Like there's no difference in being off that Wednesday and Thursday versus just the Friday like we have planned.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I don't want to start off the trip in like a bad zone. I'm already not looking forward to all that in one chunk.
I'm gonna take it. I'll be the one chunk king over here.
Were you trying to get the Iron Butt situation? Because it's only a few miles shy of it.
I think me riding from my place to Dallas will knock that out.
It'll be the Iron Butt, yeah, for sure.
I'd like to. That's why I wouldn't mind doing that, and plus it just kind of works out time wise. I could take up a lot of time on the back end of that trip to chill and work my way back. Whereas on the front, like I get it, like I wouldn't mind splitting it up too. But
even just one day, just start literally 24 hours before everybody else does, and just call it a day at 600 miles. Get a long day. That way, the day y'all start
from here,
start a few hours later and get there a couple hours earlier than y'all.
If you were to do that from here to Amarillo's 350, and from here to Albuquerque is 600-ish, I believe, maybe a little bit more.
That'd probably be the goal. I'd probably try to at least get out of the state the first day.
It just sucks because between Amarillo, between Amarillo and fucking and Albuquerque or even Santa Fe, if you're going there, because I think I don't think we'll go through Santa Fe. There's like small little towns that are kind of on the Route 66 kind of vibe, but I don't know. They're not gonna fuck like Rock Springs did in Wyoming, which you weren't there for that one, but I don't know. Maybe they would.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You never know.
Honestly, that first night of that, I wouldn't be looking. I wouldn't be really looking to get wild. It would be more of a just kind of hunker down. And
the main thing is that like that. Most of that part is just major highway all the way to Albuquerque, and then from Albuquerque we start cutting off through, I guess, more or less the smaller highways to get up towards the Four Corners area in Mexican Hat. I can't remember if we routed it to go through Arizona and up past, what do you call it? Monument Valley, because Mexican Hat is north of Monument Valley, and then we were going to stay at this little hotel that we'd had dinner at before or lunch before, and then ride back through Monument Valley. And go, I don't know, I have to go look back how we had that routed, but it'll be fun, man. Like I'm excited. I'm excited for that trip because it's the camping aspect going on to it. It'll be fun. It'll be nice to get back into that aspect like we were just talking about.
I got to get a new tent. I love mine in Florida.
Yeah, I want to maybe look at that too myself. Finding new gear to pack.
Yeah.
Just slimming it down.
Something that's small.
bit.
Yeah.
Like
they stopped selling that tent that I used to always get from Target. That's like $30. It was like literally this big. It was like less than like 18 inches.
Yeah,
it
that's
fits
what mine is now.
really
like
nice.
It fits in my bag great, but
it had.
I don't know. I hate setting it up.
The main thing is finding one that has like a tarp bottom,
right?
So that no matter what the weather's like, you're not like laying in water. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm looking for a new bag. I'm tired of stuffing stuff into a tube. As far as that Biltwell bag, it's a great bag, but I just want something that's like more low pro a little bit. Something that comes off the sissy bar all at one shot. Guess I'm talking about a tour pack.
I was thinking about going something nice, like I think Trent bought one, but one of those like Saddlemen, like the luggage. I think Franz has a nice one too.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about actually going that.
Me and
route
Franz have the same one
before the trip. You've got one?
Me and him have the same bag.
Oh, so what are you talking about then?
I just don't like it.
Oh, well, make me a deal.
Hey, I might. It's just a smaller version of what you have. It's the XFL 80.
No. I'm talking about the bags I would like to get. Like one of those nice travel bags that has slot for your shoes on one side. It's got the thing where, like France has a great one, but you know what I'm talking about.
Well, he's got the one that goes on the back of your luggage
rack. Not the Biltwell bag. He's got
there's
one.
On the back side of the luggage rack that he's got that puts all the shoes in.
Yeah, and I think Trent,
it's a Harley one.
Okay. Somebody's got the Saddlemen. I think Trent. Yeah, because
Trent got the one that goes. Yeah,
something like that. That it's kind of like a suitcase on your seat.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
I think I'm gonna do that, and then for all my clothes and stuff, and then just do camping gear in the bags. Camping gear on one side, tools or whatever on the other.
I got the tour pack on my bagger, so I'm probably gonna have. I probably put all the camera shit in the tour pack with the tour pack's way easier to open and throw jackets in and out of and shit. So I'll probably keep that camera gear, all the stuff that's related to that, and maybe the weather gear, as far as a rain suit and a heavier jacket if I need it, and then just clothes and shit in the two bags.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're gonna be gone for 15 days on this one, maybe 16 on it.
Yeah, it's
gonna be the biggest one we've ever done for sure.
16 total days. I think just over 5,000 miles, 5,070.
One of the guys up there Brian asked which way we're coming through Idaho. We're actually going to be coming into Idaho from the west going back east, and we're kind of zigzag across. I think we're going all the way across to, was it Missoula?
Missoula, Montana.
And then we're going to zigzag back across on one road
to New Meadows,
and then cut down to Boise, and
from New Meadows it's to Twin Falls. And we got homies in Boise. We'll probably stop and have lunch and shit like that. So yeah.
Over there, looks like Invisible J gave you a place to stop before New Mexico.
Shiprock, I've been there. You can't get close to it at all because it's on a reservation, and they kind of trip when you try to go out there towards it.
Is that like a Crazy Horse or whatever that is up in?
Kinda. It is from a distance. It is pretty dope to see. I've ridden by it. We'll probably end up riding right by it, but I've stayed in Farmington and I've ridden through Shiprock, and it's kind of like Indian ghetto. You ever seen that? Does that make sense?
Indian ghetto.
Indian, feather.
All right.
They're all
like Reservation Dogs. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I want to see that. I haven't seen it. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I like it.
We stayed in Farmington once, and it was everywhere we went, the restaurant, the hotel, everywhere we were at, there was just drunk Indians everywhere, belligerently drunk, and it's just kind of off-putting,
Is it a holiday or something?
No,
a celebration.
No, it was just fucking.
It
was on a Tuesday.
No, I was trying to give them an out, trying to help them out with their calls. Trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
It was
I
a tough.
can't
He
hate
said,
on.
"Ew, yuck, I'm out of here. Where's Chili's?"
Almost went to Chili's today, but I didn't.
Oh, man.
Chili's fucks.
Oh yeah,
I've been actually heavy on the Buffalo Wild Wings kick because they got a good lunch special
dude.
right now.
I go there at least once a week.
We just ate Whataburger before we got here.
Yeah.
I had the spicy chicken sandwich. Not
The
bad.
Buffalo
It's
Ranch?
not as good as Wendy's, but it's not bad.
I don't think I've had Wendy's since the 90s.
Wendy's folks.
I don't eat a lot of. I don't know.
I don't eat much fast food now either.
I eat a lot of fucking fast food, but not like fast food. Like I eat restaurants a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Fast casual.
yeah. Like Buffalo or Chili's or Panera Bread or
So Arby's bought Buffalo Wild Wings.
they did.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
I'm about to get some shitty roast beef.
for a bunch. Don't quote me, but maybe $2 billion,
$2 billion.
something. All right, maybe. But yeah, that sounds high. But
Did they buy Rick Ross too? Or who is it that fucking... There's that Wingstop. Someone fucking... One of those fat rappers fucking...
bought his kid a franchise. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was Wingstop.
Yeah, whatever.
What
green-
was that? Remember we were in,
Yeah,
It's got the
Wingstop.
green logo.
Yeah.
remember we were in Milwaukee. We were talking. Were you with us? We were talking to the lady at the Buffalo Wild Wings. The waitress. It was
Yeah.
me, like my wife and Justin and
He was over at the
Jeremy.
bar.
You were at the bar. We were up there talking. We were asking her like where the first Buffalo Wild Wing was. I think it was in Ohio, and it's called B Dubs because there's another W that technically was on the end of the name of the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings and what else? What was it?
I forget the last one. Yeah, it was beat up threes. Or yeah, something like that.
So there was another thing at the end of it starts with a W that they serve or was, I don't know what it was, but I've always found it interesting to figure out where restaurants and chain places come from. Like, finding out where's the first Chipotle come from? Where's the first, this brand or that brand? And, it's just, to me, it's just interesting, like, to know where it came from. Because, we have like certain restaurants that they start in Dallas and then like, when you're traveling somewhere and you see like that restaurant somewhere, you're like, fuck, like, this shit made it that far. There's some shit like Taco Bell and what do you call it? Like when you're out in California and you're riding up and down like Interstate 5 and you stop at the rest stops, there's a shit ton of what's the Chinese spot everybody goes to?
Panda?
Pandas are fucking everywhere in the country. You know what I'm saying? Popeyes. Like you never, I don't know why I don't think of Popeyes being.
Popeyes seems like it's, but it seemed like I saw a lot of that on the East Coast trip this
Dude,
year.
it's tons on the West Coast as well. Like they're thick everywhere, man.
Whataburger, speaking of again, they just expanded to Tennessee,
They did.
and they had
Fat ass line.
like a
Make you proud.
hours long delay.
Made you proud? Like
Yeah,
hell yeah.
yeah, they're coming up, and that was the first one, and I think they've got like 11 more that are set to open up in the near future.
That's cool.
So Tennessee's got Whataburger now.
We were on our way back when me and Jacob and Aaron went to go pick up that T-Sport down there. On the way back, we were coming back through Nashville right around 11:30 p.m., maybe 12. And we're like, man, let's stop and hit some like a breakfast joint, like a IHOP or Denny's. Every fucking IHOP in the entire city was closed. I guess it's because of shortages of workers or some shit like that, but everything was closed. We ended up having to stop at a fucking Waffle House like 100 miles outside of the damn city.
Damn.
It's so crazy how the cities, like all the restaurants are closing down after, a certain amount of time or a certain time at night and shit like that,
You know, they've had all this talk, Texas is like the most moved to city or whatever.
Yeah.
Is Tennessee not a solid second as far as just
I thought it was.
Gotta
desirability?
be, right?
And
I thought it was.
if you're moving anywhere and it's not Texas, I would think Tennessee would be
Yeah.
sure.
I believe Tennessee is one of them. I know for a fact that a lot of people left California and was going to they were going to Vegas, they were going to Idaho, Colorado, Texas, and Tennessee were the main ones that I believe. But it seems like Idaho is like a big contrast difference with weather compared to California. Like Vegas is pretty similar. It's a dry, whatever. Arizona, it's a hot motherfucker there, but Texas has a lot more seasons than California does. But I don't know. It just seems like a big one to go to Idaho, and Salt Lake is another one too.
Well, I think geographically, I think with situation with that is if you're in California and you're tired of the California rule and that kind of stuff, geographically, Idaho, you've got Nevada right there too, but
Yeah.
Idaho makes sense because you can't go to Oregon or Washington. It's the same stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's an easy skip over.
That's the closest you can be to home where you're in a red state where, they have laws that you probably
Agree
are
with.
more on,
Yeah.
more in line with.
How much more do you think America is going to take?
Just like the divide.
Just
and
this divide before something real happens.
Man, I don't know.
And do you think
I'm so beaten with it?
I am too?
just-
But do you think that if something real was to actually start to take place, that we would even be aware of it or understand it or see it as something as real and not like another January 6th type situation? You know what I mean?
Hard to say.
Does that make sense?
It kind of just depends on how this year goes. I feel like, as far as, are they going to start lighting up, or are they continue to virtue signal just to be like,
Well,
on their end, anyways, for like.
Well, I was talking, before we were talking about, we were going to bring up the whole PayPal situation and things like that. And the reason I wonder that is like, for a lot of people, like the little hustles, like the raffles or being able to sell used things or Etsy and all these different things, and using PayPal has been an easy situation. And you used to really didn't have to declare any type of income coming in until it was over like 10 grand. You know what I mean? And now with them, you have to declare it or do a 1099, things like that for everything at $600 or more. Like, the government's trying to get their cut of that $600. And that's like, how many things do we buy for our bikes all the time that are more than $600 on PayPal?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Leather Pros right now, and used, they're roughly around $600 in good condition. Like, that's an issue where the dude's gonna have to pay taxes on that, in a sense. I'm sure you can get a way around it. There's a ways around it, but the cut and drive, on top of the surface, that I feel like it's gonna squeeze people to the point financially, if they're not already,
Right.
where it's gonna put people in a position where it's like, just there's no way to win anymore.
They're fucking over it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you would just wish. That's the one thing I wish I could shake. It seems like people, but even then, when you say that, there was outrage because of this tweet by so and so, or Twitter erupted, and what's Twitter? A bunch of people. If you're on Twitter, in my opinion, you've got too much time on your hands.
Yeah.
it really doesn't solve anything. But you kind of want to. You wish you could shake these people and go, as far as the divide, and go, it's not red and blue, Democrat, Republican, it's government. You should
Yeah.
be anti-government because they're all snakes. You know what I mean? They're the same.
Yeah, same people on both
Well,
sides.
everyone will. You say that, but everyone will say, "Yeah, that's what I am too," and then they just go right back into the fucking
Well, yeah, but
bullshit,
it's
made up fucking arguments that have been.
and
put
yes, you're
forth.
right. They're going to end up squeezing the middle. And I'm not the most articulate on this person. Like I said, I bury my head in the sand a lot of it because I just get such tired head that I'm tired of hearing it. But it only makes sense. All these things that they're spending on, and these plans, and just you talk about billions of dollars now is just a term where, just what the
Is
fuck
it
ever.
real?
Yeah, and it's got to come from somewhere, and it just sucks that it's, like I said, it's going to bleed the middle class dry. And
Yeah, and that's what sucks is that like you're. I worry about this too because the other aspect, and I don't know if I have enough information to really dive into this whole topic, but I'll throw it out there for the hell of it. To like be a motorcycle shop anymore, like if you're not selling parts online, I don't even know how that works anymore. Like selling things online and things like that is taking such a precedent over just being a mechanic. And it seems like Justin Hingham High, like I need to have him back on and have this conversation, but like he's a guy that's actually working on bikes and installing parts and things like that. Versus there's so many other brands that are only selling things online and really aren't mechanics at all. You know, you don't need to be, a mechanic to be a bike shop these days.
Yeah.
And it's just so fucking strange. You know what I mean? To where it's like, I don't even know if I understand the industry enough anymore. Like, it's changed so much in the last, 10 years to where, I feel like an old man now. Like I got to learn to code or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's weird about it. I don't know if it makes sense or not, but it's a really rough thought. I've been kind of dealing with, randomly kind of channeling recently, trying to understand, at the beginning of the year, I always look at my business and brand and think what didn't work out well, what worked well, what should I try to do this year? And I was thinking of going into not selling parts, but doing some online store type selling, whether it was helmets and gloves and shit like that or not. But fuck, dude, I'm just kind of scared of it, to be honest with you. And I don't know. I like the aspect of someone comes and you sell them something and they take it and they're happy because they have it in their hands.
Yeah.
That aspect, you know what I'm saying?
It's just a world that, unfortunately, for the most part, we don't live in very much.
I feel like you sell something that you can do that with, though.
Yeah.
It's different if you're like, look what I have. Here's a set of pegs. You know what I mean? It's not the same.
Well, Tony's really good, right? Tony's got Rebels
Right.
Den is great as far as walking in and.
Well, he's got both, though.
there.
You can buy shit online, you can buy shit there, and they
Same
do
thing, Justin's-
regular fucking oil changes.
Justin
and-
keeps a ton of shit in stock. As far as walk in, buy something.
Yeah. No, they're doing it right that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder about that stuff. But do you want to talk about your new passion, things like that? What you're trying to get into?
Oh, no, just because I don't have anything ready as far as.
Well, if you talk about
tell
it
me
here,
a
then
joke,
it's
funny
then
man.
it's real, and you have to live up to it.
Yeah, no, I've been flirting. And to tell you the truth, I'm a retard. It's probably just the byproduct of watching too much Kill Tony lately. But yeah, I would like to write a couple of jokes and go try a little open mic night.
Yeah.
Like a little stand up thing and just, bomb, eat dicks, whatever it's going to be bad. It'll suck for sure.
That'd be fun, though.
But yeah, I'd like to try it. It sucks. There's a little spot in Deep Ellum, close to the house. It's free. I think Wednesday nights is when they do it, but they want everybody that performs to be vaccinated.
Have we got those cards yet?
And no, I know we have a lead. Well, never mind. And yes, I'm not. So, and I don't plan on. So I wouldn't do something like that. But that's not the only place in town. Actually, a little bit of energy I put into research the other day. It seems like it may be a little harder than you think to get on. Even in Dallas, and Dallas is far from a comedy mecca or anything like that. But
With Austin becoming that, it's probably going to be.
Yeah, I told him I want to do a couple Monday night. I can't think of a better, fuck Friday and Saturday, but maybe knocking one of these out on a Sunday and then turning around, taking off Monday and going and catching a Kill Tony and just getting up crazy early in the morning, coming back, not missing any time Tuesday.
Yeah.
Whatever, but I'd love to go watch one of those, and I just want to start going to more shows in general as far as just getting out, watching the craft, and that's my little
Learn it, yeah. And then Kyle, you want to get better at drawing dicks.
Nah, I just want to start
Take the dick drawing to a new level.
doodling more.
He's gonna start making NFTs.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
Fucking.
Buy us all some bikes when you sell that first one.
Huh?
Buy us all some badass new lowriders
Yeah,
when
no
you sell
shit,
it.
right? We sell that first fucking 69.
This fucking
mil
dude needs
NFT.
to scroll back on our fucking podcast that we just did.
Hell yeah, Brian. We'll be in touch. I'd love for you to join us too. Where you can, we'll figure it out.
And yeah, Brandon, we covered that. The new lowrider S.
Extensively.
It's I don't know. I just want to get like an iPad and start fucking around doodling shit. Maybe just start with an iPad and maybe a sticker pinner, and I'll fucking make my own shit. It'll just be dumb shit, but
Dude, it's not only what the finished product would be, but I've on record one of my favorite artists out there that I follow is Conrad. Donnie, the guy that did the shirts for the last camp out, and he does so much stuff. Just did something.
FXR
that
Bazaar
killed,
shirts,
just killed another one for them. I really enjoy just watching his videos. You know, some of are time lapse, some are just.
So when you do the iPad, like that program that I use, the Adobe Draw, it records the whole thing, and you can say,
cool.
send me the time lapse. It'll show the entire thing. It'll send you a video. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
So yeah, buy an iPad. Lauren, buy him a fucking iPad.
Pro, you got to get a Pro though.
You bought you a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah,
buy him a goddamn iPad.
Fucking iPad Pros cost
Stingy
almost as much as
bitch.
that motorcycle did.
Oh, I know. It does, and I'll be figuring that out pretty soon, actually, because I gotta. Yeah, I'll get one.
It'd be dope.
Be fun.
The
Something you can just carry around like a notepad. You know, obviously iPad.
Yeah, they make cases that are real cool.
Yeah.
Like a leather book or something.
Make one out of fucking.
Leather bound book.
Make one out of fucking nutsack skin, dude, from a bowl.
She's that 10-year challenge. I didn't even see it. So he showed me the pictures. Like, oh, that's funny, but I didn't know Cody got me.
Yeah, as I said.
Big Will Brantley.
did y'all do one of those 10-year challenge things?
No, I don't.
Fuck
remember.
no.
Dude, I got like 2 pictures from 2012 that are still, because I lost all my laptops and photos and shit from that stuff, so I only have like whatever was posted on Facebook. And I started a new Facebook in 2016, and you know, just kind of like said, fuck it, I don't care about all this shit before, so I don't really have a lot of photos, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I kind of take the Alex Jones route on that, where I'm like, you're just helping them with their facial recognition. Like,
You already fucked on that.
yeah, but I don't know. I'm not giving these fucks any more credit. Then again, it got to the point where I was just looking through Facebook today, and I started seeing them. I guess there's maybe an official. There's something you can do with it. Like I said, Facebook's that one where I have it, I look at it, keep it for the birthdays, even though I don't even fuck with those anymore. Like,
yeah.
I just quit looking. But I just scroll. A lot of times I get like wormhole into videos, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's the when I do, like, I don't even look at the comments because I think it's so dumb. You know, like, I'll check the performance backer thing every now and then.
Yeah,
Just look through there, looking
there's
for
some
a
good dumb
dumpster
comments
fire.
on there too.
But
I'm looking at
it's one that I could
2012 pictures
delete
right
and
now.
just not miss at all.
Well, some people had big transformations. Like, I think Kyle was pretty wild. Like, he's had hairdos in life. Like, I've had the same haircut since fucking 7th grade. So not much has changed here other than like the thickness of my cheeks. So I don't know. It's not really a thing.
Same for me. It's just me getting fatter. That's why I didn't do it, because that's all it is.
Who's that?
That's me.
That's not you.
That's 2011, son.
No way. You had dreads?
No, that was just long hair, gorgeous hair.
Doesn't look like you.
Doesn't look at you at all.
Don't know how to tell you.
Looks like a dude I got wasted with at Lakewood Landing one time.
It probably was me. And that's 2011.
Can you send me that photo real quick
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
can show
yeah.
the world?
All right, I'm gonna hit the head. I'll bring as many beers as I can.
You won't. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good idea. I was about to talk shit until you said you're bringing beers.
Just airdrop
That's
to the
so easy.
laptop.
I gotta save them and then I'll do that. Yeah. Shit. Well, there's that one, and then it goes straight to like a couple more. But yeah, not much has changed.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer this, dude. Brandon, yes, we were talking about earlier in the podcast. We actually brought the photo up and kind of went over it real quick. So, but yeah, I'm fucking curious about that shit because I didn't know they dropped that photo either, or who dropped that photo actually.
Yeah, because that I think Jacob came in today with that one, and then I'm not sure where it originated.
Yeah.
I got iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Yeah. Did you see the MacBook?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, just send it to my phone then,
Okay.
and then I'll.
There's that one. And then I'll send you literally like the following year, maybe a couple years later. And then
Everybody, it doesn't look like. I mean, I guess it does look like you.
that's me, baby.
That Hulk Hogan shirt, those fucks.
Yeah, dude, that was a Urban Outfitters fucking shirt, dude.
Wait, it just takes up the whole screen in a second.
That was a small T-shirt too.
Wow.
Shit, I'm fat as fuck now. I'm making a large.
How old
one
were you
like
at that
shirt.
time?
That was 22, I think.
Wow.
22 or 23.
To be a baby again.
I know, right? No shit. Fucking forever ago.
Yeah, I'm not good at those photos, man. Like, I look the same as all the shit.
Yeah,
I started my Instagram, my personal one, in 2012. So I
Yeah.
kind of I'm
haven't-
talking shit about it, and I like went back to look at to look and see if I had any photos of myself on my Instagram. See, like, oh, this would be a good repost, but nah, it wasn't nothing good.
and shit. Yeah,
I miss, dude. Like, how long have you had Instagram?
around then. No,
12?
it was later. I was late to the game on all this shit. I can actually probably go back to my first picture. I don't like it. It's so many, like there's so few. I don't really update it much, you know.
I
so-
remember I was looking at I scrolled back to my very first post on my personal Instagram, which was in 2012. It's actually a picture of my daughter. We went to go see a movie together, and there was a rat rod in a parking lot, and so she stood next to it, and I took a picture. Remember people used to do that? They just like stand next to cool shit
Yeah,
and hey, can you take a picture of me standing next to this?
yeah.
It makes no fucking sense, but
Now
you know,
can't do it without a fucking flashbulb and all that other
Yeah,
stuff. That
yeah.
You
but
2013 is when I joined.
13.
Yeah, first picture is a Ducati from the Ducati.
There was I was like looking back, and I was kind of looking at the photos I would post and like some of the like the captions I would make, and I was like, some of it was like, that's funny still, you know,
That
or
shit holds up.
yeah, but a lot of it is just kind of like it just feels thirsty. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, we were fucking young as fuck, dude. Like, I know I was young, so that's
And
all you were on there for. You weren't, you know.
Yeah, Brandon said the 10-year challenge should be your bike then and now, and it's like, man, I haven't kept a bike for.
I had a 10
I think
bicycle back then. No, I had the Ducati back then, but yeah.
Having one bike for 10 years is hard for
Yeah.
me, for sure. 10 years ago, I bought my first brand new Road Glide, 2012,
Yeah,
in June, actually, so not 10 years yet.
almost there.
Almost. All right, my turn to go potty.
What are you faggots talking about?
10-year challenges.
Oh,
How would you think you look like 10 years?
When's the first time you started your Instagram? What year was it?
That's what I just did too.
The,
That's like 2013. Hand me one of them beers.
source first. Love that dead silence. So I had the other page that I don't really fuck with anymore. I started that one in
Oh, that's right. Lou, I got some apples. Lou, you got some too.
Man, I feel like it's been a minute now that you think about it.
I didn't think mine was as far back as it was. 2013.
Yeah, something like that maybe. Here. That's 14. Yeah, so I guess 2014.
Yeah.
And then the other one I started. See, luckily I don't have a lot of posts, so it didn't take long to scroll back.
Same. I feel like everything goes into stories more than posts now.
18 is the one I started, the Call Me Dragon one, or the what became the Call Me Dragon, the one that
Dyna 214 FXDB
Yeah,
95
the main one I
8er
fuck with
65 9er.
Yeah, very much. That got brought up on Donnie's podcast too. Man, I had a good time hanging out with those guys, him and
Yeah.
Ryan yesterday.
Yeah, it was a good time for sure.
I was so bummed because I couldn't make it down here before.
Oh,
Dang.
Friday?
Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck!" I figured they'd get up the next morning and just get out, and they had to go to Canton and do some stuff, and so they came back and fuck, dude, we
Yeah, they went
tore
way
it up.
there.
We had a good time. Those guys are party animals, man. Especially Ryan
Yeah.
doesn't fuck around.
Waylon's thing up there, the hell yeah brother, I guess hell yeah brother to the hell yeah bro challenge.
Yeah, no shit, right?
I could definitely fucking get into that one. For my bandanas rolling down the highway. Fucking.
Hell yeah, bro.
Oh, wow. Good times.
Did you do the bandana or the hat?
Yeah, I did the 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the 50 Cent deal. Well, I liked wearing a hat, and if you put the bandana on, there's enough pressure on a fitted hat. Nowadays, wearing like a, I don't know, I feel like nobody wears fitted hats anymore. It's all like snapbacks now, right? But back in the day, or 10 years ago, I felt like everything was about fitted hats. And so if you want to wear a fitted hat and ride with it, you got to fucking put something on underneath to have enough pressure so it doesn't fucking fly off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I've got one.
It was a tool. It was a tool. It was like
I've got one of those like kind of in between size heads, so like most fitted it's hard for me to find one that fits good. It's always a little too small, a little too big. So yeah, I love the snapbacks. I've been wearing them forever.
yeah. I just always been a trucker hat.
we're from the hood, bro.
Right.
I don't know. I dug it for a while. You know what I mean? Like I used to have red Texas Rangers hat all the time, and then when they started like coming out with different colorways and shit, I'd fucking buy them all. It's like Vans.
Yeah.
I get into something I like, and I just like I go through this thing where I want to spend money today. You know, I want to go buy something or what. You know what I mean? Like I want to go shopping or whatever the fuck. It's like nowadays when I want to go shopping, I go to Levi's store and the Vans store because they're across the outlet mall from each other, and I'm just like, let me see what they got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't mind buying jeans. I don't mind buying fucking Vans anytime.
So I'm that guy that wears like one pair of jeans and maybe two, but just wears them pretty much. You know, I wash them a lot.
Yeah.
But I kind of have a 1-2 at the max rotation.
Yeah.
And I'm about they're not ripped or anything yet, but they're getting real thin in certain areas, and it's time for an upgrade.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to buy. So a pair of Levi's are on my list to buy. I think I'm going to do it online because I know the size. I'm just going to get the same style size.
Yeah.
And I guess it's probably finished, but I figure it's probably pretty easy to get a pair of those shipped to me as opposed to.
Yeah.
If it takes any effort to go get them, that's where it presents a challenge.
Do you guys like online shopping for certain things like clothing versus going to actually see it and try it on and feel it kind of thing?
I prefer in person for everything, but like I said, I've gotten to the point where my Vans, my Levi's, the things that I know are exactly where I'm at. Now all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? If I see a pair of Vans online that I wanted to buy, I wouldn't hesitate from
That's
buying
where I've gotten
them.
all mine lately.
But I'm old, get off my lawn when it comes to that. As far as I like going to the actual brick and mortar store, going in, having sitting down, having somebody bring it out, try it on. All right, I'll get these because I usually buy something else, whether it's a pair of throwaway sunglasses or not throwaways, but you know what I mean, like the $10 ones in case you lose them. A little 3-pack of stickers. I usually buy something else there, and I don't know. I just like getting
going to the brick and mortar store and grabbing a pair of 36 30s and finding out you got to go back and get a set of 38 30s. And had I done it online, I would just have a pair of jeans sitting in the corner because I don't want to believe it. I'll fit into those one day. I'll just keep them around.
I have a whole fucking closet full of those one day clothing. But yeah, I don't like that. There's nothing more of an anxiety attack for me than having to return something that was online. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that feeling.
Yeah, don't fucking way too late.
So I fucked up. I was talking all this shit about buying like a polo shirt and shit, and I did. I bought one online. I tried one on the store and I found the size that fit me, but polo, they have the slim fit and the normal one, and I guess I tried on a slim fit and this 2X fit perfectly. Well, 2X in the regular one was like a fucking blimp. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck, man. And I was like, so I went to go return it at the actual polo store.
You look like a white rapper, like you're trying to get in the Houston
rap
scene.
For sure.
That South Pole polo.
Yeah.
It's a long shorts you wore with it.
Exactly.
The jorts.
The jorts. But when I went to the store, it was actually a pleasant experience, like actually returning it. And they were having a Christmas sale on the shit, so I was able to get 2 shirts for the price of that one that I bought online situation. So it actually worked out well. But just that aspect of like when something finally shows up that you ordered online and then you try it on, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not like a size. It's like the reason why I don't buy a lot of T-shirts because I want to like buy a mercenary shirt and Outcast and things like that. But because I'm like between an XL and a 2XL, I never know which one to buy from which brand to know whether or not I don't want to be that guy like, hey man, this doesn't fit. Can I send it back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, X.5L.
Yeah, I bought the. I'm slacking on my Outcast stuff. I haven't bought anything from
those new shirts he's got coming out looks dope.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been slacking. I needed to throw Travis some business that way. But the one shirt I bought was the large, that one long sleeve I have, and fuck, I've got to where I wash and dry it, so it shrunk a little bit. But I've had that shirt a couple of years now. The time he came to the camp out is when I had that right before that. So it's had some fucking wear and tear on it, and I still like it. It's one of my favorite shirts. I kind of use it as an undershirt now. And then this mercenary hoodie. I got this in person at the House of Harley party, the industry party, and it fits great. It's fucking thick. It's the way. As far as hoodies, it's a good quality hoodie.
Yeah.
It's and I love it. Like I said, I've worn it all weekend. It's probably my favorite new addition to my wardrobe right now, and I just bought their collaboration shirt for the Green Beret Foundation the other day.
That's cool.
It's tight. Was it the 259 or whatever? 829.
859, I think.
Yeah, it's a sick shirt. You should, like I said, go to their store and get one if you can. But they make good stuff. So both of them, Travis and all the mercenary dudes, it's good stuff. And
we were talking about that with Corey, fucking old XXX man. He was talking about the whole, making good quality shit instead of just making shit just to be making it. I don't know. You want to test out your fucking shit.
Yeah, and to the original point, man, show up and I love supporting those guys in person. You know what I mean? Like buying stuff when they're there because just you help them out with the more stuff they sell, the less stuff they have to take back, and in some cases, depending on where they're coming from, they may have to pay to ship it back. So I always try to buy something if I can at shows and things like that.
Hell yeah, brother!
When people have gear and merch on the road.
Oh, you bring up that new shit. Yeah, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, that's the one I like. Yeah.
That one.
No, stuff's dope, but like I said, it's just for me, I don't fit well in a lot of shit, so you know what I mean. But I did buy a weight set over the last. I haven't used it yet.
It looks sick in the garage,
dude.
Though.
I'm still paying on my gym membership that I got in July of 2019 at Gold's Gym, a mile from my house. I've never walked into this fucking place once. But I've been paying on the membership for 4 years, just in case today's the day. You know what I mean? Like if today's the day that I want to finally start working out, like I don't want to have to go sign up. I want to be like,
just walk in.
Just walk in
all the time. Like, hey, what's up, Jace?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it have a sauna? Does that have any other like? Features?
It doesn't. If it did, I'd probably. I mean, I couldn't go to the gym just to sit in a sauna, but
that's the one thing that
I would love to do
had
one.
access to on a daily.
They might have one actually.
Basis.
I think they might have. I think Jesse used to go to this one, and they said they would.
They had one at the 24-hour in Rockwall.
They've got one at that downtown YMCA, that T. Boone Pickens one, and it's a walking distance from my place. And I've thought long and hard about signing up.
Going there, being an old Jewish guy, and just sitting in the sauna, sweating.
Yeah, hell yes. And,
Oy vey.
Nothing's better than a good sauna.
I wouldn't mind getting into that.
Good steam.
But I found a fucking killer deal on a set of dumbbells from 5 to 45.
Yeah.
For $400, clean rubber, good shit, right, with the rack and everything. Found it on actually Craigslist of all places. Like, if you sift through all the fucking clickbait shit, all the ads they got on there for, whatever. There's still some old fucks on there that don't use Facebook that have shit for sale, and you can find a good deal. And I picked that up in a bench and turned like half of my little ass garage into like a little place to work out. And but to be honest with you, ever since I bought this fucking Dyna, my lower back's been hurting like a motherfucker. And so I don't know, like
it's a young man's bike.
I don't know if it's the bike or if it was. I stayed up here for one night on a Monday till like 2 a.m, putting the cam chest in there and doing all this work to it. And then from that day on, my lower back's been killing me. Like, and I don't.
I've had that though. I've had that where it comes and goes.
Yeah.
Real bad. Like, I threw it out when I was really young too at work, just not even picking shit up, bent over to get something, and pull back up. That motherfucker sent me to the ground, dude. It fucking hurt.
So my current excuse is that as to why I haven't started lifting weights yet.
You can do so much other stuff around it. It sucks, but honestly, just like getting mobile will make you want to do it more. Like, like it'll break all that bullshit loose. I mean, you got to work around it a little bit, but
I like working with dumbbells. Personally, like when I used to work out.
I try to save my piss break up for when we're talking about working out.
I don't know, dude. It's I like it, dude. I work out at least 3 times a week or so with a buddy that I work with. I eat like dog shit, so I'm not really like losing any weight by any means, but I'm getting stronger for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just like it. It's fun. I like going there and It's become a routine now. Once you make it a routine, it's fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to.
But it's hard to do that. It's hard to get into that shit. I mean, it's hard to make it, like, once you're done with work, you don't want to do shit. Like, go walk over here, fuck that, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's just so many nights in the week that it's been slow the last couple of weeks, but there's so many nights that we could find ourselves hanging out, getting drunk or whatever. And I think Big Old Cody probably does it best, where he actually manages to be able to go to the gym pretty regularly and stay in shape, because he outdrinks all of us.
He
and
does.
He's still the most in shape out of our group, I think. So
He's getting thick, though.
he is getting a little thicker.
Got a little muffin top going.
Marcus is on a new workout.
For real.
Yeah, I've seen he's been pretty consistent with it lately. So I'm trying to pick it up. I'm just waiting on enough of y'all to get motivated to where I'm like, all right, I guess I'll do it too. I'll follow the leader on this one. So you guys are letting me down. It's y'all's fault. I don't work out.
Start going to the sauna, dude. Just go to the sauna. Being in the gym will make you maybe want to go.
I got it.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice one,
Yeah,
too.
nice one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no reason not to. I just
Being lazy. Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's easy. Easy to do. I thought about going today before coming here. Didn't. Ate Whataburger instead.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like right now, it's like you want to go to the gym at the beginning of the year, like you know, New Year, you want to get back into shape, but so is everybody else in the world. Like going to the gym right now is a shit show because everybody's starting their new.
Started in February.
Yeah,
See, this is
That's
from
my excuse.
two motherfuckers that don't go to the gym
Yeah.
and would have no idea whether it's busier than normal or not because
It's
they don't
always-
go on the normal.
it's always busy.
It's not that bad. My gym personally has not gone up much, but it's also not a chain gym. A lot
Yeah.
of the chain gyms will definitely go up in shit, but like mine's gained a few more people here and there, like a few younger cats, but like I think the 24-hour in town is like $10 cheaper than the gym I go to in town, which is great because that means everyone's gonna go over there and do that shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can still work your way around all that shit. I don't know. Once you get a good little routine going, it's pretty easy. I don't know. I'm probably not the guy to be talking on it. Like I said, I'm not making any visible changes, but I swear to God, I can lift pretty good. I'll lift something
You're
up.
so
Give me
good
something
at
heavy,
picking
dude.
things up.
I'll fucking throw pigskin clear over the mountains over there, dude.
Oh man, homeboy out there asked about building a bike with Al Emerson. Yeah, I don't know. He's my favorite builder, but I don't think I would ever pay someone to build me a bike.
Chase ain't getting a chopper.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
think you had mentioned it though at one point, like you wanted to get.
Oh, I
something
do
like that,
want
yeah.
one. I just don't think that I could. It would have to be a third or fifth bike, and I don't know when I'll be at that point in my life to be able to afford that.
Right. What about those? Well, Donnie said the Duluth fire hose pants. Was it like Jinkos? I don't know. I've never heard of that.
I don't know. Anything from Duluth seems like it's for thicker old men.
There's a guy that I work with that's bought like
Trading
a fucking Fred Rogers fleet of old like Duluth work
He's got
shirts.
a wardrobe.
It says like it's a fucking navy blue middle with green sleeves, and it says Duluth Trading Company.
How old do you
huge
think-
ass letters on the back, and has a shirt for all 5 days a week. Tucks it into his fucking scout pants, walks around, dude. Got a fucking.
Probably proud as fuck of it. He
Yeah.
knows he looks good.
What
Oh well, he kind of looks
That's
like
his
fucking Milton from Office Space. He doesn't look great.
That's what you fucks look
he
like in
thinks
your
he's a bad
Dixons at
motherfucker,
events.
What about at what point do you think we start wearing the shirts where it has the flap in the back to vent?
Fucking fishing shirts.
I guess
PFG
is that what it is?
shirts. I know
You
what
seen
you're
them
talking
because they're like
Yeah.
they're everywhere. Like when you go shopping and shit. Like
about. Those in a pair of fucking Sperry's, the boat shoes.
Yeah. So what, they're originally fishing shirts, is that what it is?
I think so.
But I feel like a lot of dudes wear them with golf
On the lake and shit, yeah.
Yeah. It's just more ventilation when it's hot. I don't know.
does it help the back sweat out or some shit? 'Cause
Yeah, dude.
It has to.
You know,
I
how, like
guess.
your titty becomes a part of your back at some point when you get too fat. It fucking aerates that thing out so you don't get fungus in it.
I feel attacked. Sorry, dude.
I don't know what we're talking. I don't know what part you feel.
I'm just assured it's got to be the.
I don't think they're cheap. They feel like they're like the summer Patagonia. You know what I mean? The same
Yeah,
dudes that
yeah.
usually wear them. You see wearing like real expensive shit in the winter. Like,
Yeah.
So I feel like they're probably not cheap. But
I want one of those like puff, not big fat puff jack, but like that Patagonia style jackets that are kind of thinner, but they are kind of a puff. Like
There's a
I don't know.
Patagonia in fucking Deep Elm.
Dude, I want one fucking bad, but I also feel like I'd never wear it because it's just not me or some shit like that.
Like DJ Khaled.
if I was
Those are thick. I don't want nothing like that.
if as far as from what I understand, there may be another like scientific brand, but I think it's Canadian Goose is the brand. There's a branded jacket that they are stupid expensive, like Yeti coolers when they first came out. You're like, why would you ever pay that? But they also say they're the last coat you'll ever need.
There's always something like that, right?
They're big. It's big in Canada, but big in the Northeast, and I think it is a Canadian company. But yeah, they're supposed to be just the shit of the shit when it comes to coats.
El Shito.
Yeah.
Luckily down here we don't gotta fuck with
But
coats.
they're like I think $1,000 or something.
I'm out.
Or maybe some of the ones that go to your knees or whatever.
Buy
But
a bunch of
they're
Dickies
the most
coats.
high end REI on fucking steroids, like coats. So
Is it a parka?
it's like that. It's that grade, and I think they have different styles and stuff. But
Yeah.
if I was to ever bought the coat, it'd be one of
It's
those
gonna
that
come
you
up there in
need.
a second.
I feel like if I ever move somewhere cold, I'd fuck
That's
with
what I
it.
want.
Okay, he looks like a brick.
Like a brick?
Yeah,
What do you
looks
mean?
like you gotta stand on the backside of a comedy club.
I think those are
It's got a brick
dope.
pattern, right?
Huh?
It looks like it. It's got like a
I
stack.
think
brick
that's just the
pattern.
way it is. I think they're just like squares.
Nah, it's a brick, dude.
No way.
Look,
I
there's
think
rectangles.
that's
I can see them from here on the bottom left corner.
Yeah, no. Just look at the green one.
Yeah,
It's
look.
just the same.
Look at the red one. What does the red one look like? A fucking stack of bricks, dude.
A stack of-
Describe it like that.
That's
I don't
urban
know, I'm
camo
into
for
that.
New York.
I'm into that, man. I don't know.
No, they're nice. I'm sure they're
I feel like it's lightweight and small and comfortable.
Just imagine tuning into
think
the,
North
the
Face
Fast
makes a
Life
bunch of-
Garage for bike shit.
We're looking at
a fucking
Patagonia.
Target ad for fucking some fucking coat.
Yeah. This is the Quaint Zone, brother.
Hey,
You never know what you're gonna
heard
get.
that.
It's the whatever.
We found out Bob Saget died and just brushed it off.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bobo.
Should we do a moment of silence for him?
Yeah. We already did a few, I think.
We'll just donate one of those too.
Yeah. That was for Bobby.
Daniel, what do y'all wear in Canada for winter coats?
Yeah, look at this guy. He's like, y'all fucking idiots.
So it's like Canada.
Do what? They don't wear coats. They wear fucking pelts.
Pelts.
Yeah. And
I don't think they're allowed to leave their house, so they just Canada Goose.
the weather's got
Yeah,
COVID.
Canada Goose. That's what it's called.
Nice. I don't know. I just think it'd be dope, man. Like,
Yeah, we wear them for fashion down here,
I-
Daniel. We don't wear them for fucking.
Yeah,
never gets
like
cold
they've got
enough to wear
one
that
Looks
shit.
like you can go to North Pole. And it's,
Oh, yeah.
$1,600 coat, but you can go to the North Pole in them. Like that's something. And obviously, they
Hike
have
Everest.
ones- Yeah, they have one that aren't. There's something like what I think what Jace is talking about, but it's $700.
I just feel like I want something that's not like
apparently
super
you can
big.
wear like a
Look who's
t-shirt.
modeling those though.
Like a shirt that's not, or a jacket that's not super big.
But then again,
I'm not getting canceled. It's only 3.5 beers in me.
Bob Saget died from heart stroke in his Canada Goose jacket.
dude, probably fucking hottest fucking Orlando. Fucking took that shit down there. I put a coat on today and was sweating immediately. I took that shit off.
I got thermals on right now.
That's well.
Well,
you rode to work,
I
didn't
rode. Well, I rode up here earlier to
Yeah.
I got
throw that
thermals
carb
on,
on.
too. If it's in the 40s, I got thermals on. Like,
Oh, yeah,
they're not
40s
heavy
for
duty.
sure,
They're but yeah, they're
Just like those little jersey looking ones.
yeah. They're Russell, I think. Actually, they're Walmart, but they're great because they're not like tight.
Yeah.
They're not like your typical long
Yeah.
johns. They
When I wear
like
like
smaller pajama pants almost, but you know what I mean.
when I wear thermals, it does help with the wind. But the freeze out stuff is perfect for the wind. But
Yeah.
when I get to bike night and I'm walking around in that freeze out shit, my legs are
hot,
sweating
yeah.
and
Yeah,
shit.
you get hot.
Yeah.
That's why I don't wear the legs whenever I do go to just somewhere like that. But I don't know.
Good times. Figuring it out.
Yeah, a lot of weather, a lot of cold weather stuff is about to happen.
Are both of y'all going to go to Daytona? Y'all, you're both planning on going?
It's a last minute decision on my end. And like I said, if I go, it's gonna be fucking leave Friday morning, come back Sunday at some point. That way I can be at work on Monday.
Fly.
Yeah, I can't ride up there this year. I get PTO literally the following week. So and even then I'm like, I kinda wanna save PTO for other shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I burnt a lot on bullshit this year. I feel like I need to just save it for the
at
end of the year.
At this point, I'm planning on not going. Just I don't know. I got a lot of stuff going on, and just kind of makes sense to sit this one out. But I say that, and I've already got the FOMO. You know what I mean? It's still 2 months out.
Yeah. It's gonna be fucking fun.
The only thing I would say that I'm 100% like FOMO missing out on is seeing these bikes that are coming out in person in Daytona. Like that's one of those things that I'm kind of like, fuck, man, like not seeing that.
And the people, it feels like, just what I was saying earlier, you only have so many chances to see everybody. Well, I feel like this is going to be maybe the one of the year where so many people that we really like and fuck with are at the same thing at the same time. On a personal level, obviously Mark, David, Mel, but Ben, honestly, that's the biggest one that I know he's going that I'm gonna miss. That it really where I'm like, okay, fuck, I need to get my shit together and figure this out, make it work. So yeah, I'm saying no to be responsible, but I'm also leaving a slight chance that Jetty or somebody will bully me into going or.
Well, they're already gonna do that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, are you still, even though we were kind of making plans to do the Milwaukee thing for the hometown rally this year, were you still planning on trying to do Sturgis, or what were you trying to do? Because that's like a tight one.
Yeah. So Sturgis, I talked to Tony. May work with the booth a little bit with him there, but if not, other than that, if it wasn't for that, if he doesn't need me for that, then I probably won't go. I'll probably sit it out just because I want to go to Milwaukee. With the big trip going to be a little bit bigger this year, and then on top of that, if I take a day or two extra at the beginning of it, that for the first time in my life, I used all. I mean, I'm years and years of rolling over as much as you can roll over. And last year I used all but 80 hours. I rolled over exactly the minimum. I always lose stuff. So just trying to build up stuff and kind of keep my powder dry. Like I said, this year I want to do stuff I haven't done. I want to try new things. I feel like the last couple of years we've done a lot of the same things. It's almost like, okay, it's like playing like the same CD again. And it's not that I love it, not that I haven't lived every minute, but there's things that pop up every year that I want to go to, but I feel like I'm kind of booked out, maxed out, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So as much as I would hate to miss Sturgis, I would love to. I'm going to Milwaukee. I mean, I want to. I want to see Tommy again. I want to go, just support the whole thing.
I want to do that fucking UP ride so bad, like around the loop or all the way around the lakes.
Oh,
and I feel like that would be an opportunity to do it if we were to turn it into a decent sized trip. But yeah, I'm with you on that deal. It's like there's so many events that would be such a great time to go, but man, there's just I don't know, man. Like you just said, like I still feel like there's so many things that we have never tried, and I don't want to book out my whole year doing things like for me, Sturgis is every year. That's just business, and seeing people and trying to network. The camp out for sure is every year, obviously.
I want to try one new camp out.
That'd be nice.
It seems like there's a few of them I think this year that are starting for the first time, or maybe they were out a year ago and I didn't make it. There was 2 or 3 last year that looked fun. Like look at I was like, dude, why am I not there on that? But like you said, it just when you're so booked out, you only have so many weekends at home to catch up on work, to spend time with family, do whatever you got to do to keep your scene in check. But yeah, I want to do some stuff. I would love some sort of cannonball run to go hang out with Mark and Pat. Just some sort of we've got our run up to Missouri and plan. We're gonna go see Kyle and check out his hometown thing. See Steve, stuff like that. That I want to keep I'm not committing to anything up front. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Keeping the powder dry.
That makes sense for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I want to not doing Big Ben ever in my life. I feel like this year I'm just gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know, like a 4 or 5 day little weekend trip. Just do it, get it over with. Not get over with like I don't, you know, I'm not gonna enjoy it. Like go experience it. You know what I mean? Take it in.
Quit talking about it.
Yeah, for sure. And then the camp out situation, and then we have our trip's big, man. So you know, this year's a big trip. A lot of days off.
It really is.
The on Big Bend, I think you're talking about doing it maybe
Like well, it'll probably be later in the month, personally, but it really depends because right now with like a lot of people keep asking about Daytona, and it's like I'm talking shit 100%, but realistically, I just have so much work to do. So many people that have to go to Daytona, that I have their bike or their helmet that has to go.
Yeah,
that I don't have time to touch my bagger at all. And the Dyna's not at a point where I can travel across the country on that. So, and I don't have time to fuck with it to make it available. So, to me, I feel like once I get everything that has to go to Daytona gone, I still have so many helmets to do that I'm so behind on that I need to get those things back to the, get those done. Cause I'm not taking in not one fucking helmet until all these helmets are gone. Like when I say, hey, we're open for helmets, that first dude that puts a deposit is his helmet's the next one getting done. Like I want to be past all that fucking, that type of shit. So, it's very stressful, even though I probably sound like a broken record talking about this so much, but I'm so fucking thankful for everybody that does do work with me in helmets and bikes and the patience that they have and whatnot and things like that. But it still is stressful to me knowing that I have something and it's been here for so long. And it wasn't my fault. It's a shitty year last year with supply chain stuff, but it's one of those things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Might have got a little bit more, it's not an inverted front end. I don't know.
The more pictures or what? Did you see that?
Well, they're saying it's an inverted front end, and it might be an inverted front end, but
the last one.
Oh yeah, Monty's dad passed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Well,
I don't know what to say. I mean, other than condolences.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
it's one of those that kind of came out of nowhere. Seeing that, I hope it was more of a natural cause instead of something tragic.
Right.
Right. But I haven't had a chance to reach out to Monty, and I don't know when the right time is to reach out to him about that situation.
Yeah, there'll be a time. I mean, that's a fucking tough situation. I can only imagine.
Yeah, his dad. If you ever listen to that first podcast we did with him, his dad, the man from America, what helped bring him and his mom here.
Right.
It was a really awesome story, and his dad was a big part of his life and everything. So I can't imagine losing such a big support system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Well, shout out to your pops there, Monty.
Yep.
We love you, buddy.
For sure.
Thanks to Daniel for bringing the room down. And
yeah, I don't know. It's one of those years, man. Like I need to figure out. I need to figure out what worked last year and didn't work, and make changes and try to be a little bit more efficient with time and work and whatnot. And I don't know. It's one of those.
Yeah, it's forever fucking the issue, right? Like with anything you're in.
It's so weird, like how it's hard to complain about like the issues or the setbacks that I have as a self-employed business guy in the motorcycle industry, but there are times when I look at like what you do for a living and envy the fuck out of that. To the aspect of like
you forget about it.
Your job is a schedule from this time to this time, and once you clock out, like you're not sitting here and getting a text message about fucking, shit. Like once you leave the job is gone. Like it's not a part of your life anymore. And
it has its own downfall.
Yeah.
Obviously, where it's just monotonous as fuck, right? But whereas y'all got more freedom as self-employed business people, but like if y'all ain't working, then you ain't making money. So it's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah, trust me, all the things that I love or that I cherish about being self-employed, you know, it's really hard to look past them, or it's really easy to look past them at a time when you're like being envious of your situation. Like, oh man, if I could just clock out at 5 p.m. and not have to worry about work anymore, I can go enjoy my hobbies or something like that.
Right,
like,
right.
I get to enjoy my hobby all day long, but with this like white noise back here of all the shit going on. So it's like this constant amount of stress and anxiety with work and with obligations and potential shit that could blow up and turn into a nightmare kind of things going on. So it's like you just kind of feel like you're always smiling, even though you got a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not to bring down the podcast even
No,
more.
not at all.
Work sucks. Like I said, there's a bunch of lucky people. If you genuinely love what you do, you're lucky. I'm happy for you. I'm envious of you. There's a lot of people that work just a means to an end. So work sucks for most of us, and that's what you do to get to spend time doing what we love with the people that you really love to do it with. So that's how I look at it. Try not to get too.
So I'm trying to make an NFT. Who find me a fucking buyer? I'll make something.
Dude.
just so I can pay for all my friends' shenanigans.
I'm on record. I want dibs on the first one. I'm going to buy it cheap, so that way when you get famous, it'll appreciate naturally, and I'll be able to flip it down the road.
We need like a Banksy style friend up in this bitch. You know who that is?
The artist, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
David
his, like,
Cho.
I don't know his exact like style and stuff. I feel like
It's like it's
Street art,
like kind of a shadow style.
Yeah.
But
is he the one that did like the 4? They were all a little bit different color, but 4 people, the same picture in 4 different like squares.
no, that's Andy
No,
Warhol.
That's
Oh,
Warhol.
yeah, that's right.
Banksy did like little like graffiti work. Like
Okay.
he did a bunch of shit there London.
Yeah, it's there's a documentary. I can't remember if it was on Netflix or Amazon about him. But it was pretty fucking good.
I think it was Netflix. I think I watched that
Yeah.
one too.
It's pretty dope.
He made that one that it's sold in the fucking
When the
big
buyers
ad.
when the buyer bought it, the thing immediately shredded it, like the actual frame shredded the art.
He made a built-in shredder.
It's like $1
for
million something dollars. Dude bid it on the thing. As soon as they bid on it, it fucking shredded it. It was wild. He's a game. I mean, I haven't looked other than that documentary and following him on Instagram, which is not a great follow, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's not out there doing
he,
that. It's not his.
He's got this fucking allure or this mystery to him, and that's what makes it so fucking dope. And his work is, you see on that documentary where he's talking about how he went to New York and was selling prints or selling actual art of his on the street for like $100 to people walking up, and they'd go for like $100,000 if people knew it was him.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
so some people bought like some of his art for $100 and ended up being worth like, you know, $100,000 or $50,000 or some shit like that.
Ching chang, bing bong.
Ching chang.
If you can't even do that anymore, everything's such a clusterfuck now.
Yeah.
They're making fun of NFTs on that new South Park special. And like,
I still don't understand it. I've
Butters-
tried to watch videos and
Butters was
understand
trying
that.
to peddle NFTs like a pyramid scheme. He's just taking motherfuckers' money and he's like, I lost all my savings, but I got a dog wearing a sombrero. The fucking NFT now ain't worth shit. And it's like basically they're saying like, hey, why don't you all buy actual products instead of buying this dumb fuck shit online?
I don't get it at all, man. Like, what is it?
No,
Mark Cuban's big into him, and he's
same
one of
with,
those
like,
guys
Bitcoin and all
where
that shit.
he's not infallible. You know, he's taken a swing and miss before, but he's also a real smart dude, especially when it comes to business. And
They're trying to move everything to a digital landscape.
He's so into him that you go to the when you go see it. Let's say you took Riley to a Mavs game. There's some sort of NFT you get just for attending that game that you own. And he said there's been instances where people have bought the ones that a fan got at a game that didn't really care about it. The fan ended up selling it for more than the tickets cost to even go to the game because a collector wanted that specific one for that game.
So it's just in a file on a folder on your desktop?
So everything's trying to move to this digital landscape. I was kind of they're kind of making fun of it whenever Tim Dillon was on Rogan.
Yeah, I watched
which
that
think
one.
They're also releasing a one tomorrow. It was Rogan on Tim Dillon's show, even though it's in Rogan's studio.
Yeah.
But it's for Tim Dillon's show, and they were kind of Tim Dillon was kind of making fun of Rogan, like, yeah, you just gotta buy property online, dude. Like, just buy it there. Why are you buying it here? It's so stupid. But like, but kind of like just saying like everything's
But
kind of moving into that direction.
It is moving in that direction
VR
with
and
the
all that shit.
metaverse and all that type of shit. But at the same time, it's fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, I mean, we keep saying that now until
Yeah, but
we're fucking engulfed in it. With
I
that.
feel like I'm very open minded to all the digital type things and how
Right.
it goes, but I can't see how important
Well, that's
it
the thing,
is.
that's why they're trying to get their footholds right now. Whenever it ain't, it's the same Bitcoin 10 years ago, where everyone's like, "What the fuck's that? That's fucking gay as AIDS." Now, one Bitcoin's worth 500 grand, and it's like, fuck. I wish I would have minded
To who?
one fucking bit. I don't know, but people are buying them. If someone gives you cold hard cash for fucking whatever, like homeboy that made the NFT, old Beeple, made $69 million off of one fucking NFT and fucking and cash. I mean, you're set for life. David Cho, he did none of that shit on the.
Well, David Cho got it from doing the artwork for Facebook.
Right, it wasn't
stock.
it wasn't even a digital situation, but it's the same situation where, hey man, I'll pay you $60 grand now or $200,000 in Facebook stock, and then Facebook fucking explodes.
Yeah.
And then he's worth $200 million now, and now you don't have to work for the rest of his life, and it's a whole thing. So I think people are just trying to get on that kind of like, maybe I'll hit big with this shit and see how it works out and see how it pays out on the ground floor of it.
But I guess
because 10 years down the road, it'll probably be like a way of life where we're not even thinking about it, and like, you're just kind of wishing you would have done that shit or not. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a fucking flop.
But I guess what I'm getting at is when you think about it, it's a way of life, right?
Yeah.
I don't see how it could be any more ingrained to an actual physical world of my
Right.
life other than something online. And unless the internet turns into a completely different place, which is what I think they're trying to say it's going to be.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you like this right now. I'm not trying to be on my phone with a joystick walking around the internet.
No,
I'm
I
typing
agree.
in the word and going
look,
to the spot. Like
all
I'm
I
not.
know is that this means it's going to be better for us. The people that actually want to go out and ride their motorcycles across country, the rest of these motherfuckers going to be cooped up in their houses fucking living in some metaverse. That's fine.
We won't
I'll
have
go
gas at that
fucking-
point. They'll be like, "Why do we need gas anymore?"
Nah,
I'm
we'll
just-
still have that shit.
I
Mad
guess.
Maxing it across the country.
Yeah.
Okay.
A pack of
Big
Rovers.
shit. I like fucking yeah.
We're on the fucking sand rails and shit now. But
Big
that's
shit make fuel.
Waylon, I agree, man. He's super funny. If you don't already watch Kill Tony, go back. He's been on Kill Tony a bunch of times, and that's he's one of my favorite guests on there so far. So I agree with you on the Tim Dillon
way
thing.
past that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny as shit. He's one of those guys when he comes on Rogan, I'm definitely checking it out because he
Yeah.
has good political
I listen
commentary.
to his
yeah,
podcast every week.
Well, he's really
Tim
funny on
Dillon's.
Kill Tony with the guest. He's a good,
Yeah.
as far as busting
There's a
their
bunch.
balls.
Well, that's
and,
where I started listening to a lot of guys just on their own podcast. So that's why I'm like, dude, there's a bunch of good ones out there that'll make you suck right in.
well, cool. We're 2 hours, dudes.
All right.
Well, it's been a fun time talking about sweatshirts,
Yeah, dude.
winter jackets.
We'll make sure to keep it going next week, Daniel, about the fashion podcast. It's a new
We
thing.
made no traction with digital real estate or NFTs.
Yeah.
I'm still as confused as I
I'll
was.
look into it this week. I won't, but I will.
I definitely won't.
I might listen to a podcast. We'll see what releases this week.
we
And I'll
rolling
let you
into
know.
the-
I'll regurgitate. What
There's
got
got to be some type of video of like
There is.
what is this going? How does this benefit me? Like,
Yeah.
where does this benefit people, mankind, in the future? Like, what is the point? What is, you know what I mean? There's got to be some kind of YouTube video where it kind of dives into the possibilities of what it's going to be worth or what it is worth to us now.
I feel like you think of people just making videos on TikTok, and if that's just something
That's one thing I wanted to talk about in this podcast that we didn't get into. That I'm fucking over, 100% over.
Yeah.
Just
Dude.
TikTok in general.
It's gonna be like
You wanna
that,
know-
except you're already living online just by watching those videos.
Let me tell you why. I think I was talking about this the last bike night, how I wanted to bring this up, but anybody that's making like content, Logan rides doing that shit. Like, I don't hate that. It's not that I hate that or hate what he's doing. I'm stoked.
using the platform. Yeah,
What I hate about the concept of TikTok is these people are not making real videos. They're not doing they're doing these cheesy, like it's so watered down compared to like a YouTube video where someone actually tried to make something. They had a point. They're trying to like educate you in some kind of like entertain or educate or whatever. Now it's like TikTok videos are all about poking fun at this or which is fine, but it's like the same things. Like people,
Yeah.
you know, they repost this video with their voiceover and this, and it's like this mindlessness that drives me nuts. And it's not inspiring. It doesn't, like, I don't see anybody doing anything that makes me go, fuck, I want to do that.
Well,
and that's what I do with.
You can curate your algorithm on there. I follow some stuff on there that's actually pretty cool. Like dudes that live out in the fucking wilderness and are like doing like
Chopping wood.
Dude, making badass shit out of fucking whatever the fuck. But they're actually making it like interesting to watch. Like they're not like
okay,
over
so
here, like,
I'm
dumping a bunch of fucking sauce on something, going "Ah!" Like that gay shit.
What was that one dude that would like come over someone's head and like squeeze a lime, and then the chicks would get mad or some shit? Like it was just pointless videos that I did not understand the point of it. Yeah, and what's happening, and this is why I guess why I'm so biased about it, is that because TikTok is where all these fucking people are being mindless and just watching this looped videos all fucking day long, that all the platforms now want to create that type of content so that you'll stay on their platform longer.
Right.
And so photographers don't have a place to go anymore because now Instagram is not trying to promote pictures. They only want to promote videos, whether it's reels, lives, or actual videos that you make on the deal. Same thing that's happening with YouTube. YouTube has shorts now where they want people to make shorts, which are minute-long videos, on a platform where I go to watch curated or create like actual videos people put together that tell a story or you know, educate me on something like that. And I guess I'm just that old man get off my lawn type situation where I'm looking at the trend of all this going to where you're not being rewarded by being a real content creator. You're being rewarded by being the first or the wackiest or the goofiest or all this shit. And all we're going to be seeing from here on out is more of that influencers and the wild shit where you just got people doing dumb shit every fucking where to make a dumb video that I'm probably going to laugh at, to be a hypocrite. And it's just, it's not going to be inspiring to anybody. It's just going to be this mindless idiocracy.
Try to make, like, they want to be that person thinking that they're actually making it and doing some shit. And some of them are, but some of them are just like forever just making mindless bullshit. Well, hoping it'll fucking, oh, this one got 1 million views and it's gone. Like, that's how I feel TikTok is. Like I see people getting high numbers of views with nothing to show for it. So like, TikTok, what the fuck?
Numbers either.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like
when I look at some
I'm sure it gets that many views.
I think I just think their numbers are inflated.
It feels like they are.
I don't think they're.
Well, they may.
It might be inflated, but at the same time, if you're watching a 15-second,
exactly.
Half of the reels that are out there, they're no longer than the stories we were posting on.
It's not like you're sitting there watching a video, watching the ads, having to queue up the next one. It's literally flick, flick, flick. It's easy to get a view on a video on there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's like not to say that all those people didn't. I mean, obviously, if it goes viral, there's a reason that it has, and people go, huh, and then they'll scroll on to the next thing. It's not.
Yeah, like, but I don't, that one laugh doesn't. To me, it's not like as someone that tries to make, you know, take photography seriously.
Right.
Try to give you a picture of a situation to kind of make your mind work a little bit. What I'm saying is like certain types of videos, they challenge your mind to think and to be more like immersed into this video or this photo or this story or something.
There's a guy on there that makes videos like he wants to be a filmmaker and he got big. I think on one of the talk shows or whatever about it, but he like works at a little hotel in like Jersey and just like he like rents like gives rooms to the homeless and stuff like that. But he's like making these badass like little like 1 minute long videos, but it's like really well filmed and like there's a little bit like it's just super interesting and it's like you can make that platform work for the type of art you want to do. You just have to be the person that wants to curate it and watch it and watch those type of videos.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when I've said it before, and I think the last big podcast we did was when the reels came out and like what you do when you make a reel and what Sit Down Steve was doing, like to me, that is more of a put together, curated kind of like content that makes me like, fuck, I missed out on Daytona or I missed out on half this year with the Fast Life.
You're trying to make
guys.
a vibe. You're trying to show people kind of what, I don't know. I think TikTok inspires kind of the worst as far as what social media does. The cringe, it inspires. It's cheap. It inspires a lot of the, the housewives with nothing to do. They do a lip sync video. And all this,
this is kind of like my point of this, right? Is like, if you take a badass photo, right, and this is probably a hard argument to make in some aspects, but these photos that I have in here of, the boys or my trip to Monument Valley or my wife or fucking Rusty over there ripping a wheelie on the hood ride too, those photos for me mean something to me, and I can look at those now in 10 years or maybe even 20 years from now and go, fuck, I remember that time. I remember that trip. I remember the story behind that. You're not going to go look at a fucking TikTok video that was 30 seconds long. It had some dude fucking doing a goofy ass dance in 10 years and be like, man, that was dope. So it's not the same content.
Right.
Like a photo is not as engaging for a long period of time, but it has more engagement over time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even videos don't even have the same engagement that some good photos have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things that I look at where it's like,
TikTok is curating to the short attention span. And
that's all gonna come. I feel like it's gonna make real people, real creators, real people with a story to tell not want to do it because there's no.
Right.
All the platforms are pushing the audience they would have had away because they're not. Because what's happening is these platforms are not going to expose your video to people, right? Mm-hmm. Like if I have 50,000 followers on Instagram and I post something, 50,000 people don't see that. You know what I mean? That's why it's so weird that when people decide to follow you, it's like they don't get all your content. They have to interact, like things like that for Instagram to put that content on their feed. Well, when you put a video out, a reel or something like that, Instagram puts that out there to more people in the Explorer page and on more people's profiles because they want more videos on the shit, right? If you go look at Instagram and you scroll up, count how many, like, every 10 posts, see how many videos there are, how many reels Instagram shows you. Because they used to not put the reels on the actual feed,
right.
Yeah.
You get a little line on
they're pushing reels and they want you to click on it, and then
it takes you to the
start
reel.
doing that, then you start scrolling just the reels. They had a contest that was maybe $250,000, but Instagram was doing like a best reels contest maybe in December. Maybe it might be going
what they
on
did
now,
was
but it's they're doing something where they're offering cash, and it's a direct competition with TikTok where they're trying to.
So this is what's happening. There's a bigger story behind that. So basically, YouTube is the only platform that actually was paying content creators, and it makes sense because content creators is what makes the content on your whole website, right? So if YouTube is making billions of dollars off what we make, it only makes sense that they would give you the chance. And that's why the AdSense comes in for you to make money making videos on
Right.
Well, it makes more sense if you're a creator to go do it on YouTube rather than Facebook, where you can get a lot of views because it's easier to watch it on Facebook. But Facebook's not cutting any checks for those, right?
Right.
Well, Instagram and Facebook are the same company. So all this content you make on Instagram, you know, people are staying on the platform for that. So Instagram was trying to introduce some type of way of paying people to make content to be on this page, right? So they had the contest, and what they were doing too is like, because it popped up on mine, it's like if you can make all the reels you can make, if you can get to between December 1st and January 1st, if you can get to 1 million views on them, on however many you make, then they'll give you like $1,000. It's up to $1,000 you can make, right? And I'm like, so that's going to inspire people to make a bunch of dumb shit, not just one video, but a bunch of dumb little videos that'll get those cringe videos, like you were just saying, that are going to get people to look at it. And it's just, you're going to make the content so fucking shit. What made Instagram amazing?
Don't TikTok my Instagram.
What made Instagram amazing? And what Instagram changed all of our lives, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It showed us places in America, in the world, that we didn't know really existed if we didn't look at National Geographic, or if it wasn't on the intro to fucking Jurassic Park or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it allowed us to connect with people who we found interesting because they showed us their life in a way that was inspiring to us, right?
Yeah.
That's what it did, and that's what I loved about it. Now it's turning into this fucking world of like just mindlessness, you know?
Yeah.
There's no inspiration on there anymore.
Idiocracy.
You know? The people that were doing interesting things or inspiring things, like the incentive is gone now. You know what I'm saying? And it just worries me because without a place to put all this shit we do, then I don't know, like it's just weird.
Well, none of us are shutting it down anytime soon, so
Yep.
all we can do is continue to try to do what we do, try to be a beacon as far as, showing people, like-minded people.
Yeah.
Being a conduit to other stuff, you know what I mean?
The EMP hits.
To the events, the people, some of the...
Can I bitch one more time about another video that drives me nuts?
Rip them.
These dumbass fucking videos where they do like a swap where like the water's full of alligators and it's like somebody trying to get out of a pool. You ever seen these dumbass reels?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
All right, so it's like
I love alligators.
It'll be like what do you say, like a monkey that's in a pool that's trying to get out, and there's like all these alligators that are agitated in the water, and it's like obviously fake as fuck, but it's like one of those things that you stare at like, is that real? It's one of those fucking gotcha kind of stupid ass videos that I guess I watch it and I just want to throw my phone after it, like, because I feel like I got had or some shit. Okay, I'm done.
Well, you got shit curation on what
I
you're
do,
watching.
dude. I got probably a horrible
You
one.
keep watching them, getting mad. That's why you keep watching them.
I don't think it's that, but I don't know.
I can't wait to hit the road this summer.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait.
Anyway, all right.
All right.
Well, we appreciate you guys checking out this Quaint Zone 2. We'll be back next Sunday with another Taint Zone.
Yeah. We'll just change the name up every time.
Next week is
Everything-
that V-Twin show, right? In Terrell? That's
Oh,
next
yeah.
Saturday.
Is that next weekend?
Yeah.
That'd be a
No,
good
it's
recap.
the 22nd. 22nd, 23rd. Yeah, that's
All right. 2 weekends away.
I will throw that out there because that's right in my backyard. I'll be there.
But yeah, if you're in the Dallas
22nd.
area, the North Texas area, I mean, that
The-
extends all the way.
The
Paris,
TT
Long.
Vets.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Auto therapy. I guess they're out of Terrell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first V-Twin show of the year will be out there. I don't know where it's at yet. I haven't seen that.
It's their warehouse.
Chris
Okay.
Chris Moose Moosecraft on Instagram has a
yeah,
post about it with the flyer and information. He if he doesn't have the information, his post will direct you where to get any more information. But like I said, it's a pretty self-explanatory flyer, and I think we're all going to be there. It's in our backyard.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
won't,
yeah.
we won't
That's
not
easy
be.
to
So
make.
yeah, if you're anywhere in the area, weather's good. Come hang out.
For show. All right.
All right.
You guys have a good Monday.